Trigger warning. The following content may discuss sensitive topics such as mental health, abuse, violence. Please proceed with caution and take care of yourself. If you feel uncomfortable, it's okay to step away.
Extremism, yeah?
There's an association.
So the association is based upon what? Scaremongering or fact?
People's perceptions.
Based upon what?
Perceptions of what they see in the media.
So fear-mongering.
You could argue
by the
it's
media.
fear-mongering. Yeah, I don't agree with any mainstream media, though, to be fair. I don't.
And then what they do, are they not doing the same with black people, with the black on black crime?
What, the media? I think the media are part of the problem. I think they're trying to stir racial hatred and division more than any regular citizen. Yeah.
Answer the question, bro.
I did, bro.
So, like you just said, it's not because black people are predominantly alive and more black people or anything else. It's just because of our right-wing media. And
I don't think it's just right-wing media. I think it's all media.
in what way?
I think that both sides spread misinformation and do scaremonger.
Okay, we'll give you that. That's fine. But I'm talking about the sides of society that are put down and disadvantaged people of colour like this.
Sorry?
This is the problem.
Yeah.
It's not though, Jacko. 65% of crime committed in England is by white males. White males unalive more women than any other race in England. And white males unalive and rape more women and children than any other race in England. Like, why are y'all not on the news? Because I see Muslim grooming gangs, but there was a grooming gang in Cambridge 3-4 weeks ago. Nine white males and 2 white women had category A, thousands, pictures, videos that they made of that situation. Why would they not? Do you know about them? Because you know about Rotherham case and stuff like that. You know about that big case. Do you know about them? Because it's a white country. What's that got to do with anything than OBS TV?
True.
Like, this is, do you see what I'm trying to say? You have 5, you're not on TV, you have 5 followers, get out. This is my point. Do you get that?
Are you talking to me or to the guy in chat?
Yeah.
Oh. Do I get what, sorry?
He was distracted because he just messaged me saying that I'm...
Yeah, because you're just chatting shit in the comments. Why don't you actually talk?
I'm chatting... What have I said in the comments, bro?
You said... let me scroll up.
I'm agreeing with...
You just said fact. You put some laughing faces in. Why are you even as a guest? Why are you up here as a guest if you're not going to contribute?
He can do what he likes. That's not for you to
manners.
decide who contributes to my panel. Thank you very much. Let's stick to the topic at hand.
But you do have a bit of an echo chamber going on, which I don't think is helpful.
What?
No one's spoken. An echo chamber consists of multiple people having the same opinions and
Yeah, Tia, Sebastian.
I haven't
On the
finished.
verge.
Thank you very much. An echo chamber consists of the same people having the same narrative and pushing it down the throats of not letting other people finish. It's only been me and you debating. Everyone else has been on mute. Where's the echo
That's
chamber?
not true. Tia's been speaking, On the verge was speaking.
And then she spoke. You've all been speaking individually.
They've just been agreeing with what you're saying.
They've had completely different topics. They've opened and muted on completely different topics. Tia was talking about one thing. On the verge was talking about different things. I was talking about something, yes, to do with racism, but not the same implications. So how is it an echo chamber if you're still up here?
Because you're trying to ram it down my phone.
You've got a buzzy. There you go. There's someone here for you. That's not an echo chamber. Go on. Let him load. Hello, then OBS TV.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, what did you want to ask me?
I did it. You requested.
Oh, so I think you were saying that bit, you know, why did the white grooming gangs not get reported and the brown ones do? Kind of, that's what you're saying, innit? You're asking that, right?
On the media, yeah.
Yeah, but like, it's a white country. There's like, if you just say there's 1,000 white people and there's like 2 brown, and the 2 brown are creating so much madness that is representing like 80% of the madness, that's something to report.
That's incorrect. 64% of crime, overall crime, is committed by white males.
It should be, because it's a white country. There's more
Why are
of
you
them.
not represented in the media? If there's less black people committing crime and there's more white men, do you not think it's actually quite detrimental to be just focusing on one demographic of person as a perpetrator, then highly ignoring the other people that are the same offences?
No, you're not hearing me. Let's just stick to the grooming part, yeah? Because the thing is, these grooming gangs things, when they happen, they didn't actually get reported. People are getting pissed now because there's been years of no reporting. So that's why they're going so mad now.
Come on, let's go. I'm gonna prove you wrong right now. We're gonna get the laptop.
And hold on, just hear this part though, yeah? If there's less of one type of person, but that's creating so much crime, even though there's less of them, that's something to be like, oh, how's that going on? Because that's an anomaly. That's why it gets reported. Because it stands out more. It's like if everyone's walking around with their clothes on and one person...
They're not. Black men are not doing...
You're going to be like, oh shit, what are you doing?
Black people are not committing a high percentage of crime.
I'm not saying black, bro. I thought we were talking about grooming.
Oh, so Muslims, Asian men.
Yeah.
So Muslim grooming gangs only focus specifically on Asian men. Like there are Muslims in other races as well, yeah?
Yeah, but they're saying it because that's the highest number of Muslims in that thing. If I'm sure if there was another one, they're just kind of, they're saying, first they blanket with the Muslims.
Over 70% of sex offences in the UK are committed, I think it's 73% are committed by white males over the age of 30.
Yeah, but yeah, I get that.
You,
But that's
you just said it's representing more because this small community you're saying is
you need to
committing
slow
most
down,
of
mate.
You're
You need to
committing
slow
most.
down.
Please don't tell me to slow down. I haven't told you to speed up when you're talking slow. Thank you very much. So you're saying that these small people in the community, small percentage, are committing the highest majority of crime. I'm saying that's incorrect. They're not committing the highest amount of crime. That's still white men, obviously because they're majority. So they're not. They're not disproportionately committing more crime. They're
No,
proportionally.
they actually are. That's why it's even
But they're
getting
not.
reported.
I'm a criminologist. I studied political ideology for 7 years. I go to prisons. I've been to Old Bailey and sit there for fun on Saturdays to watch cases. I study like our statistics. I speak to people. I spoke to people that work for national societies that you would never speak to. I'm saying they actually proportionately commit crime. It's in proportion to the demographics.
Okay, so what about when? Okay, this is you can Google this thing, yeah. So let's just pick up one of these sort of towns that's where they've gone mad in, yeah. Let's say like Bradford or something. Or actually, Bradford's Asianed out. So let's go to these what is the one that starts with R? Rotherham, one of them ones.
You know what the Rotherham grooming gang?
Another one. There you go, another one. Yeah.
Thank you, little nuts.
So in Rochdale, the population of the Muslim grooming ones, they're such a small population of them, and still they've like done something like 80% of the grooming crimes.
Well,
That's why it looks so mad because it's like, how there's only two of you, and you lot have gone so
NLC, I
crazy.
cannot even. Can you please show me the statistics to back this up? That the people in Rochdale have committed, Asian men in Rochdale have committed 80% of the sexual crimes. Is that a fact? I'll look it up right now. Is it by? Okay, hold on. So
I genuinely
no
believe-
rush.
I genuinely believe that a lot of people are literally taking one county or one little borough with an issue which was important to that borough and then quantifying it as being the whole country. And it's just ridiculous. Now, no BS. You literally have come on here and said that's how you should report the news. If everyone is wearing clothes and then this one person has naked,
I've got it
we
here.
should highlight him, but then everyone else who's doing the crime, who's wearing clothes, we should ignore.
Wow.
That's stupid. That's not even a functioning.
No. I'm saying I'm answering the question, yeah, of why does it get reported?
Okay, in Rochdale, this is in June 2025, there's been investigated 35 alleged grooming gangs in the last 3 years. Hold on. Oh no, that's not Rochdale. I lied. Wait.
Literally,
That's Rochdale.
Can I just address a comment? Matrix, it's a majority white country. The majority of the populace of this country are white British people.
when they talk about like knife crime or the poking crime or whatever you want to say on TikTok, again, the large majority of that is probably in London. That's not the whole country.
Look, if you're going to predominantly black area, not just area based, not UK, because I do it by UK as a whole, England. If you go to predominantly black area, there's going to be predominantly more black people committing crime in that said area. Like you said, because of demographics and because of how many people there is. If you go to a predominantly white area, you're going to get the same thing. Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah, that's true.
So why is it disproportionately dealt with then and put out in the media? Why are we scared of grooming gangs that are Asian but not scared of white grooming gang men?
This is the thing, yeah. I can talk about the grooming gang thing a bit. Makes a bit more sense for me to talk about that one, Rob. Because the stabbing thing, I actually don't get that one. Because to me, when I've spoke about this with someone else, I get it. You fight with your neighbor more. You argue with your parents more. You argue with who you know more. So if you're in a black area, everyone's black. You're not thinking, oh, that black prick. You're just thinking that's a prick. Do you get it? So you just, whoever you got problems with, this is who you got problem with. You live around.
Understanding anything.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm
It's not
saying
about a
the knife
person.
crime thing doesn't make sense to me. I'm agreeing that the knife
Not
crime thing
about
doesn't make
personal
sense. But the
issues,
grooming
not
thing
systemic
does make sense.
We're
Because they
talking
haven't,
about systemic issues,
haven't
not
reported
personalised.
the grooming issues for years.
Hello, sweetheart. Thank you. We're not talking about personal one-on-one issues. We're talking about systemic overall.
So which one though? Grooming or knife crime?
Well, no, I was just talking about crime in general. So you brought it up into something else. We was talking about the issues of scaremongering between different people and systemic racism. So do you believe in black on black crime?
Nah, not really. That's why I said you just fight with whoever's around you. So I don't really think there's a fingers, like no one in their mind is thinking, I'll fight this guy because he's black and I'm black. I'm just think you live around people who you live around.
See what you just said there? You know what? I'm happy. I'll give you your flowers for that. Because you're talking logical now. Now, please explain why someone like Great Debate, who was basically saying fear-mongering stuff, not he wasn't spreading it, but he's obviously saying...
One mentioned the word fear-mongering once.
You
I didn't hear
were
him say that.
highlighting stuff like, Serbia is a Islamic, that's...
Didn't talk about Serbia.
Syria.
Syria. Sorry, my bad. Apologize there, I apologize. But the point what I'm trying to say is, why is it in that context you get it? But then when it comes to, you know what? There are whitey men punching up whitey women en masse.
Yes, it's awful. It shouldn't happen.
But you don't have the same energy.
Yes, I do.
No, not you. Okay, you know what? Again, people, it's weird. I'm not talking.
You're saying the media doesn't.
Thank you. Because usually.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say. When I say you, I'm not referring to you as the person. I'm just general. I have to. I don't know where this conversation's going to go in it. But what I'm saying,
Jordan, this is what you do. You wasn't around as much these days, but this is what we do. We have, like, we're not like everyone else. Like, we really do have great, like, serious debates, and they can go on as long as that person wants to say go. Like, we will have debates and go on and on and on and on.
Can I ask one quick question? Yeah, and it kind of covers everything. Are we actually asking why is reporting done in an unfair way? Is that the overall thing?
no, I don't know what the host.
Like one type of people are reported a bit more with more scrutiny than the other. Is that what we're really asking, innit?
Yeah.
I don't think that's what the host is. She can speak for herself, but for me, when it comes to this topic, I genuinely believe that
Because
those who are in control, who are majority whitey, are disfranchising your own people who look like you by feeding you nonsense.
Yeah, Jordan, so you don't get back.
Like literally, overly inflating numbers of one area as it being like a global thing. This massive word of capita per capita, all these buzzwords is nonsense. The crime is, if it's the same crime, it's the same. You should be treated the same.
Exactly. No selective outrage.
In a whitey country, it should be, we should make exceptions because it's a whitey country. We should only highlight the people who look adversely different. That's silly.
Exactly.
That's silly.
Well, forgetting, and this is what can I just say something just to follow on from there? I think there's always this selective outrage for these gentlemen who have been harassing people outside hotels and things. My whole point for them would be, why are you not protesting wherever these gangs are rising? Why are you not getting out there?
How do you know they aren't?
Because they are not.
How do you know that, though?
Because I know they're not. Because
How?
Okay, let me give you an example. There was that gang, that G gang in what the page was just talking about. Now, locally, there was absolutely no protesting outside that. And that was no, hold on a minute. If it was about women and children, the act, what's happening to those women and children, whether it's by whitey people or brown people, or it's the same act. My whole point is, if they were about supporting and helping women and you're really protesting against what these evil entities, what's happening to women, they would be protesting outside about the white people who did it. But they did.
But what I'm saying is, you don't know that they aren't.
No, I do that. It was local.
We're the ones outside the ground.
It was local to me. It's local.
We're the ones outside there with them on the ground. We do know.
So how do you know what they do in their
That is all these people in there, but we're the ones outside.
They are
You're
not
just
there.
making an assumption.
No, it's not an assumption, it's a fact.
So how do you know them personally?
No, well, if it, hold on. I've heard of clutching at straws, but you're clutching at.
He's giving us some Rachel
clutching at bubbles.
Let's just stop. Let's stop, because we'll go around in circles having this fucking argument. Let me explain to you why we now have the narrative of Asian grooming gangs being a problem, okay? And it starts with the Rochdale case. So the Rochdale case, where a group of young white females were groomed by Asian men. Fact, that happened, okay?
No, hold on a minute.
Now the girls, please.
No.
Let her continue the steps.
Right, so what we're going to do, it started with the girls. The girls told people within the system that they were in that this was happening to them. They were ignored, they were victim blamed. There was massive
And no one done nothing.
Massive fail. No one did nothing, correct. Nobody did nothing. None of the government institutions
No, we're not dropping anyone's
helped
order in these boxes.
girls, right?
Sorry.
And then what happened was to get out of the shit that the government in because of their own helping these girls. Jack Straw, who was Home Secretary at the time, took to Parliament, and he made statements within the Houses of Parliament.
Real Nuts is a person of colour, and she was actually speaking before Zoe spoke. So let's not argue on my platform, please. She was actually talking first.
And
Continue, and then you can finish afterwards.
Can I just say something? She made a point about these gangs in Rochdale, but she missed out a pertinent point. The pertinent point you have missed out was the woman who was getting these girls was a white woman, and you've missed that clear point out. So if you're gonna report on this, you need to report on the full facts. The person who was getting and the intermediate between the girl and these guys was a white woman. So let's keep this 100 book.
Right, okay, thank you. Now Zoe can carry on.
I wasn't deep in the case, but anyway.
Me too.
Jack Straw took to Parliament, and Jack Straw made comments within the Houses of Parliament about how it's all to do with the Asian culture, and this is how the narrative started. It started with everybody has since now in this position because they used race and culture to cover up their own failings. And that's why people now run around with this narrative of there being these mass Asian grooming gangs. There are no mass Asian grooming gangs. There's more white grooming gangs than Asian grooming gangs.
Facts.
Clock it!
Yeah, it's the left side.
And if you don't believe me, I beg you go and do your research, and actually you can read the House of Commons transcript from that day, and it's there in black and white what he actually said.
But
Because you said that there are no Asian grooming gangs, but there are.
No, she didn't say that.
I didn't say there's none. I didn't say there's none. I said it's made out like they're a bigger issue. There are more white Asian grooming gangs than there are Asian grooming gangs.
It's a white country, though. I'd expect that.
So that makes it
Why
better.
are we making out like it's the Asians that are the
Makes it
issue?
way better.
Who's saying that?
This guy, number one BSTV, said
Can I just say, I'm not saying that.
No,
I'm
I'm fucking talking.
Asian.
Some of you need to learn respect. That's how debates work, especially when there's a host.
I'm born in India.
Who's racing with you? I
Can't be
genuinely
more
don't get
Asian.
it. Shush. He was saying, predominantly, there are less Asian men, but they commit the majority of the crime, aka the grooming gang. That is what he just said. Great debates. That's why Zoe coming in and said what she said. There's not going to be no gaslighting in the situation. You're going to stick to the facts, stick to the debate, and that's it. Click. Do you have anything to say, no BS, to that, what Zoe's just said?
So she's saying that don't drop the thing of the Asian thing because they're less. They're the ones that are committing less of those grooming crimes.
No,
Yeah.
they are committing proportionate amount of crime. Oh, right, proportionate.
What I'm saying is
the
not
reason there's mass more panic
proportionate.
around Muslim grooming gangs is because the government ignored the needs and failings of those little girls when it was being reported. So they had to put some kind of mass moral panic and hate towards someone and the group to forget about their own failings. So instead of the people marching to the police stations and parliament because they effed up and let those little girls get hurt, they're going to now put it onto the Muslims and Asian men to put
they're not outside the hotel.
They were part of the
One
problem.
more person will fucking interrupt me. I dare you, because everyone has kept quiet when you're gambling on for the past hour in my life, because now I'm hurt and in pain. When you've been babbling on in places and black people's spaces, when we're having debates and going against everything and trying to gaslight everything we're saying, fucking interrupt me one more time, because you can just fucking leave. That's not how a debate works. Continue.
So,
Alright. Do you need a break?
but this is the thing though. So the people outside the hotels are not. It's not against the Asian grooming gangs. It's against like what happened in Nuneaton, where there was an asylum-seeking person there that assaulted a local girl. That's why that specific protest happened.
Hey, what about the white men that assaulted me?
Thank you.
Where the white men that assaulted me, that got nothing.
I didn't know about it.
I'm fucking finished!
Fucking hell.
You want to talk about hostility, but you're going into women's spaces, black people's spaces, and consistently fucking gaslighting us and not letting us talk back. You're lucky you're still here. In most spaces, you'd get dropped and cussed out and laughed at. I'm literally giving you time to fucking talk and answer your bollocks, opinions, and theories and assumptions you placed on me. Ow! From the start, shut the fuck up and listen then. What is so hard about that? Because it's giving you listening to fucking respond, not to take anything in or have a debate. A debate works where you can take in all points, okay? Or at least some points. If you can't agree on any kind of topic or point in the first place, you're not having a debate, you're having a discussion with your fucking self and your ego. That ain't me though, that's just not even. Sorry, I'm in really bad pain today, guys, okay? I haven't got the majority. You can welcome to stay here and have a sunshine, let's talk a minute, because I want to talk to you about that. What's been going on? Debate needs people that study, not to speak about things they hear online. I know, I don't want no more Facebook Daily Mail stat people. I don't want it. I'm so over it. Like, great debate. Let's start on you. You come in here, said I dislike and I'm hostile towards YT people without knowing a single thing about my personal life or experience. Then you said, of course, division. I've explained to you why I haven't, and then you've still not said to me or said a sorry or backtracked on your words.
No, because I still do
anything to
think
say?
you have a problem with them.
You still do think based upon what after this whole conversation?
Based on how you keep making everything a racial thing.
Based on what?
You keep making everything a racial thing.
I'm making everything a racial thing.
That's gaslighting at the highest.
Gaslighting number one. Thank you, Dion. I love you. Explain
Right,
what
that's
I'm
how
making
I'm
a racial
feeling.
thing. So I'm talking about racism and making it a racial thing, maybe because it's fucking racism. Am I sitting
No,
there
we
saying I'm
weren't
getting back?
talking about
I haven't
that.
finished. Am I sitting there saying I'm getting back shots because I'm brown? No, that's
not what
not
I'm
a racial
saying.
thing. Am I sitting there saying, oh, I failed my driving test because I'm black? No. I'm talking about racism.
No.
And you're saying I'm making it a
You're
racial thing. Please make it
coming
make sense,
into a-
sweetheart. Please make it make sense.
Dive. I don't see it as that.
Listen to what I'm saying carefully. I'm making everything a racial thing, talking about race. I know, goddess, that's it. Do you not see the gaslight? What am I not making about race then? So you want me to talk about racism and not mention race? Is that what you're asking me to do?
No, what I'm saying is that we weren't talking about your specific race, and then you brought your specific race into it
Yes,
because
we
we were
was. My
apparently
life was
talking
literally
over.
about racism.
But it wasn't about that. What we were just talking about.
So now you're telling me, yes, the whole thing stemmed off racism.
This is what this whole thing has been about.
What were you talking about, Paigey?
Racism, EQ, Angie, all the whole conversation. And he said that I'm hostile towards Caucasian people. You know, I don't like them and I cause division. And I've
think
still
you're
not heard
passionate.
one actual controlled sentence where you said I have.
Paigey, do you hate me?
No, Ginny.
I thought I was a really close friend of yours, but I'm white and disabled, and apparently you hate all of them.
Exactly.
Great debate. What was you talking about that made you feel that it became about racism.
Protect the children then, Suave. Why the fuck are you coming on here saying I can't talk about racism, but I must protect the children? I protect my children. I do as much as I can. And racism and anti-racism is protecting children also.
So, Paige, how would you feel if you were the mother of the child in Nuneaton who was raped by an asylum seeker? Would you be out protesting?
The same way I feel when I was raped by a white male as a child.
Exactly.
I'm sorry you
Let
went
me
through
shut the
that.
fuck up, especially when I've just said something like that. You're now talking to
Exactly.
listen. I mean, that the same way I felt when I got raped by a white male as a child. What now?
Look at that.
I'd feel the same as a mother or the child. I'd feel 100% the same. How would you feel?
How would you feel, Great Debates?
How would you feel being raped by a white male?
I'd be outraged.
So exactly. So why are you asking me if my outrage or defence? Jacko, I'm going to drop you. You can come back. Why are you asking me about my defence or my offence based upon one on another? Did you mean to request Alicia?
Well,
Explain.
I don't feel it's about. I don't feel it's about race. I feel it's about the system's broke and.
Sorry, Sunshine. Wait, one point at a point. You asked me how I would feel as the mother of a child that got raped in Nuneaton by whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel the same as when I got raped by a white male as a child. So what is your reasoning behind that question, apart from to spread some kind of moral stress and disorder and chaos? Why do you believe I feel worse over one than another? Do you think I'm going to be like furious and outraged because it was an asylum seeker over it being a white male? I'm more furious because it's a male. Do you know the one thing in common with everything that you said? Great debates. Men. The biggest worry and issue, okay, and fear in the world that we all live in is men. The highest, in terms of gender, the highest ones to be doing any kind of sexual assault, any rape. I can't walk down the fucking street or into a park at night. It's not because of women or asylum seeker women or asylum seeker children. It's fucking men. Whether you're an asylum seeker, legal, illegal, black, white, Asian, you're all men. So I'm going to ask you, Great Debates and the No BS, because you're so predominantly caring about our society. What are you doing to protect or make sure that the people know about the dangers of men? The young children that you're talking about, you want to protect, and the women you want to protect. Are you going actively discussing all courses and discourses of men and violence, misogyny from men towards women? Are you doing that?
So me personally, I'm calling out any of that behaviour that I see amongst my friend group. I don't know, other than that, what I can personally do.
The same you're doing when you're getting all this research towards black people. The same research you're doing and saying I'm hostile and you know all of this and that and statistics and the no BS. You seem to know the statistics in Rochdale. Do you know the statistics of white men that rape women in Cambridge or London? Do you know the statistics of white males that unalive or rape children in Liverpool or Edinburgh? Do you know these statistics as well as you know the scaremongering statistics that you only that you only know because of Daily Mail?
Paige, I am so confused. Are they the insinuation that they're making that is that if a white man does that, is it got less in effect? I don't know what they think. They asked me my offence, and I said my offence is the same as if a white man did it. I don't understand, or if a black man did it.
I didn't ask that.
Do you not know what happened to me when I was in Milton Keynes? You can go and look on my page. A black male exposed himself to me, grabbed me, and tried to sexually assault me. He's out there still free living now. Don't get it twisted, but guess what? He's a man!
And also, side note, protecting children is teaching them about racism.
I don't want to know, because my point is, you guys, let me finish my sentence. You guys know all about these Muslim grooming gangs and that your statistics are from Facebook and Daily Mail.
It's not.
So do you know the statistics of the men that are raping and unaliving women and children in other places?
Yes, it's much higher.
Do you know them? What places? Give me names, give me cities, give me towns, give me demographics. Talk to me.
Cambridge.
So what is it then? There. What is the main issue? Okay. I'm gonna have belly ache.
But we already agreed with you though. Your thing is right, so I don't know what the thing is now.
You don't know. You've been scaremongered yourself when you're sitting here trying to have a debate with me about your scaremongering tactics, and that's all you can give me.
Me? I said one thing about knife crime and one thing about Rochdale, then I was done. I've agreed with the thing.
What did you say about Rochdale?
Way before, you know, when she basically her overall thing was, how comes it's the Asian Muslim lots that are getting kind of the scrutiny, and I basically answered. I said because they're less of the population representing a madder number of a crime, and also just because before when the stuff happened, it got ignored. So now when it's coming back, is going to get more scrutiny. Just that's it. And then I dropped it after that.
Yeah, that's probably correct. But obviously, if you look into things, you can see that there's other grooming gangs that are
then
of different demographics.
those lot got dealt with. Do you know what I mean? That's the reason the Asian ones didn't get dealt with.
Don't ask her a question and talk over her.
So recently, I think it was Watchdale or Rotherham, I can't remember which one, but there was a group of white males who had been grooming girls that were 15, white young females who were 15 years old. And I didn't see any protests or people going mad or any of this smoke for these people that were doing exactly the same things that these Muslim grooming gangs were doing. No, there was
What
one in
protests have you
Glasgow, but
seen
there
for
was
the
also
Muslim grooming gangs, though?
there's been protests everywhere. You see these protests where they go out, drink beer, shout and scream. These people are
They're
doing
not
this
about
because
Muslim
they do
grooming
not
gangs.
like Muslims or they do not like brown people. Like, let's keep it real.
No, I think what we were talking about was the protests outside hotels.
But do you see that? Do you see my issue with the hotels? So obviously, if you've got a group of, say, 20 men who have come over and they are asylum seekers and they're in a migrant hotel, as they're called, not all of them are going to be good. Okay, not all of them are going to be bad. But how are we sitting watching people go into hotels where there's human beings inside and trying to set fire to it for what? Because it's
I
not
don't
just
agree with
asylum
that. Yeah,
seekers that are hurting women and children. So you're protesting outside a hotel of human beings that are just trying to live their life.
I think
one of them who done
it's
something.
misplaced
Hang on, let me
anger.
finish and then you can speak. That's how a debate goes. So they're going at them because there's one of them has done something.
Evil Lou, such your mother with a straw.
The guy was arrested at the time. The guy was in police custody, and these people were outside this hotel trying to, threaten, intimidate, whatever they were trying to do to these other people in the hotel who, as far as we're concerned, are innocent. They haven't gone and done this to a young girl. It's the one who's in police custody who has.
Exactly. Evil, anyone with evil's in your name. This is not the life view. We're talking about anti-racism. We're talking about, good things, more punishment.
This isn't about TikTok bullshit where people want to throw around slurs for a laugh, all right?
Yeah.
An evil Lou, I would rather take 10 immigrants and have you fuck off somewhere else. Thank you.
I know. Can you send Evil Lou somewhere, please? Thank you. September 13th means nothing. You're going to sit on your chunky ass and just sit there whinging, eating Watsits, letting it drip down your chest, sweetheart. Let's be so real about it. You don't leave your house. Please. Anyway.
Like I said, I think that the hotel process are just misplaced anger.
I think the anger should be directed towards the government, personally.
Yeah, I'm not disputing that.
They're doing
I
that
agree
too, though.
It should be, and there is that element. And I think there is a large proportion of people that go to these protests to show their kind of defiance against the government. It's not necessarily against
a lot of them,
the
though,
people that are living inside them.
Do you not think a lot of them go to these places? You see them, they've got a beer in their hand, they've got England flags, they're shouting and chanting and singing football songs and singing about Pakistanis and whatever they're singing about. Do you not think they're just bored and they just
they are.
I think there's an element of that on both sides.
But a lot
There's
of
an element of that on the left and the right.
A little girl got unalive.
You know, the
black
ones
man.
that are banned from the football matches.
Three little girls, God rest their souls, got unalive by a young black boy, yeah? Disgusting what happened. How come Tommy Robinson is rhetoric? You know it was him and his people that first initially put out the false narrative that he was a Muslim when he's a Christian boy. So then when you're saying about, they're not doing it on purpose, no, they are. It's not even it's misplaced by the government, but a lot of the times with these people, it's very much on purpose targeted. There's a big aim. You want people to just like a certain demographic. They said that they believed at first when they released it to the paper, he was Muslim. He was a Christian boy, born and raised here, right? He was born and raised here. So you putting out this kind of issue, look what happened afterwards. Why were loads of brown men and Asian men getting attacked in the streets? Sorry, they couldn't go down that street. They were getting stopped in the car. Who the fuck are you to stop them in the car?
Hey, Jeff, you know the guy in Liverpool, like they're saying in the comments, if that was a Muslim man, do you think there'll be people on the streets screaming, crying, throwing up? But because it's a white guy, they're like, do you know what? He's obviously just having a bit of a hard time. So it's fine that he ploughed through a crowd and hurt children. That's absolutely fine.
Exactly. No, who said that it's fine?
Well, no one's out on the streets protesting about it.
It's never got the same energy when it's somebody white.
This is the thing though. It's very different, and I think you're going from one situation to another, and specifically the hotel protests are done typically in areas where there have been.
I haven't finished. You didn't let me finish. What I was going to say is all the same protests, all run the same issues, run the same problems, run the same issues. When the young boy unalived those three girls, why was it made into turn into a less hate Muslim man? Like, black men were targeted too, don't get me wrong.
Are you talking about Southport?
I haven't finished.
Yeah.
Why was it turned into a great debate and a big let's go out, steal Greggs and Crocs, get a couple of beers and start battering Asian men?
Sounds like a great day out.
It sounds like a great day out. There was an Asian man who was going on his way to work as a doctor in a hospital and he got battered.
We watched
he was going
it
to go and save
on
lives
here,
and he got
didn't we?
battered.
We was watching it on here. There was people walking down the street. They had brown skin. They were attacked. A guy was driving in his car. They pulled him out of his car, started beating him up. It was nothing to do with him. What's that about?
There was a woman.
Are you
that's
talking
wrong.
about the Southport situation?
Yeah,
They
there was also a woman almost beaten up as well because she.
Okay,
was
hang on a second. So the Southport situation is very different, and I think what you had there was just a generalised anger, an extreme shock, and people not knowing how to process.
No, it wasn't
the
because
big
you not
street
hear
innocent.
Did you not hear what Alicia
because
just
you were
said?
offended.
Did you not hear what Alicia just said with misplaced anger? So, after Southport, you're saying that it was all misguided, and what happened? Why did no one, when a man ploughed into the mosque, where was our riots? When that young black boy was unalived by a knife, do you remember, guys?
Yeah, the
young black boy that was unalived, the cute little boy, the picture on the back of the bus. I think, was his name Daniel? I don't want to get it wrong. When he was unalived by a white man, why was no one? Where was our protest then?
Where was the outrage?
Where was our outrage? Where was our protest? Why are we smashing at Greg? Why are we saying fuck the government then?
Why are you asking us that? I don't understand why that's a question for the
I'm
right.
asking you because these are the questions that you need to be posed to go and listen and go and look into before you come into these kind of debates.
So I've got a question.
I don't want him to talk, Santa.
Just a quick one. So, great debate just about the protest movement being a reflection of going against the government. Then why aren't they holding a protest directly outside Parliament every single day?
Exactly.
There are protests outside Parliament. I think on the 13th of September there is a protest literally down the road from it. But I think
The 13th of September, it's a long while away.
Can you let me finish?
Oh, is that what Evil Lou was talking about in the comments?
On a daily basis, people protesting us outside
Racism is
these
not fair,
hostels.
sunshine.
sorry, there's a lot of talking going on. I'm trying to listen to you.
Outside these hostels and hotels, there's daily protests going on, right? Why aren't them people standing outside Parliament and protesting against there?
Because a lot of them are protesting in their local communities.
But
They can't get down to London.
Protesting against the government. Well, then maybe.
No, it's an act of defiance against the government. Yes.
No, that's a defiance. All you're doing, right, is creating problems in your local community that don't need to be happening. Also, as well, can you explain to me where was the protest against Eleanor Williams, right, who lied, point blank lied against about 10 to 15 men, right, about being groomed by them? Where was the protest against her?
Yeah, that's
That's a question for the people that were offended and shocked by that. I don't understand why you keep asking me about these protests for people that I don't politically align with.
Because I'm asking you, where was the protest? She lied about being groomed by about 10, 15 Asian men systematically over a period amount of time.
There was definitely protests when everyone thought it was true.
Yeah,
and everyone was running with it.
So who should be protesting then? Who should be protesting?
Well, when it was all over Facebook and she was claiming that she was getting green, there was mass protests then. But when it came out she lied, she lied, there was nothing. None of you
So
spoke
who
up.
should be protesting then?
The same ones that were protesting and saying that she got groomed.
No, but they're protesting for different reasons. So the thing is, if you start protesting against a girl that allegedly lied about something like that, it's very discouraging.
She got arrested, she got charged, and she got prosecuted.
Okay,
Now doing about
but
10 years in prison.
if you can let me finish what I'm saying, I'd really appreciate it.
What are you saying?
So what I'm saying is that if for that particular case, if people showed up outside that girl's house, even though she was in custody, I don't know what good that'd do, but it would also discourage actual victims of SA and things like that from coming forwards in the fear that they could be branded a liar or things like that. So I don't think that's a really thing you should be encouraging.
Can I ask you a question then?
Right, there was no apologies by the men that were going after the Asian men involved. There was no apologies by them people that went after the Asian men that were involved.
Why is it them to apologise? They were misled. They were lied to.
So saying sorry when you're wrong.
Yeah, still say my bad though.
When you're wrong, you have to apologise
okay.
when you're wrong.
Okay, fair, yeah.
When you're wrong, do you not apologise?
Yeah.
Yes.
Right, then, so if you apologise when you're wrong, what's the problem with them? And for another thing, you were saying, well, what would be the point of protesting outside her house and she wasn't even there? are these protesters sure that the guy who actually did the crime?
No, that's
was
not why they're
actually in the
protesting.
hotel?
That's a very different thing to protest about. They're protesting
Well,
outside of the hotels to show their dissatisfaction with how the government is handling this,
Yeah,
this
it's really
asylum crisis.
Go to the town halls. Why don't you go to your town hall?
Why are you
Local
trying to
government.
analyse like mums and kids?
If you can't travel down to London, you can't stand out down outside Parliament in London. Don't stand outside your fucking town halls and protest.
Exactly.
Instead of where
But what's the
people are
difference? I think
Can I just make a point? So when you were talking about the Liverpool things, obviously after the Southpaw thing, and then the man that done the Liverpool parade, as everyone knows, was white. Liverpool police come out within about 2 hours and said, we have to make it known it was a YT man that done this, because if we don't make it known, everyone's going to kick off.
That shows on screenshots.
so. The basis of that is that most of those because everybody thought. Well, I personally thought.
So why didn't everyone
it
kick
was,
off?
hang
when
on, let
it
me
came out
finish,
as a white
please.
man?
Sorry, let me finish, please. When I first heard of that news, my initial assumption was another terrorist attack. That was my assumption, because if you look at history, that's what happens. If you look at Central Europe, that's what's happened by extremist Islam.
Can I just stop you a minute? Let me just stop you a minute. So let's get this right. So you initially thought it was a tea attack,
I can't.
right? Why? So what did you think that person looked like when you thought it was a tea attack? In your
Sorry?
mind, what image did you conjure up of that person who committed that tea attack?
I don't think you want me to answer that question.
No, I want to hear
Well,
it.
we really
I want
do.
to
It's
hear it.
important.
Right, great debate. So
Yeah,
you
it's important.
internet?
Sorry?
Are you into? Was your other account internet?
I have lots of accounts.
Was you
yeah.
internet? Greg C, whatever it is,
What?
the one who backed the racist. I'm sure Chelsea thinks it's him. Do you remember Lauren in that page?
Yeah. Oh, dude, my voice sounded familiar.
It's internet.
As I said, we've spoken before.
You little
We've
bugger.
spoken before. I said
Remember
that.
Lauren's life. So you let me get heavily racially abused, and I've given you all this time in my book.
I didn't let you get heavily raped. I wasn't involved in that.
friend, Jem. I'll put you on her throat next time she tries to talk to me like that, and I'll take her baby daddy and make him give me back shots.
Okay, no.
I wasn't. I don't know what happened there. I didn't see the whole
Two
situation.
friends who what we're on.
I just got branded as a racist because I was in their live.
Yes, do you remember that
Heavily
Lauren girl, the
backing
Scouse
them.
girl that was heavily raped, like heavily? And this one, look, let me show you the picture. I've read you like this
Pictures
one.
they were putting up were wild.
Hold on.
Can I
No,
just
because
for a
I
second,
think I
you just
remember
said
this, didn't I?
you
Send you
labelled the
pictures?
racist. What you just said was racist.
Exactly. And this is what
labelled it
I
racist.
really want to get back to this point. So in the image, so what image did you conjure up in your little
I thought they were a terrorist.
So, yeah, but what does a terrorist
What does a terrorist look like?
I don't know what a terrorist looks like. They all
Well,
look very different.
you had the image in your head.
Personality.
And you said, just to be cool, what you said, oh, maybe you don't want to tell me about that.
No, stop it now.
I'm done.
Oh, that's your mate, innit, Great Debate? That's your mate.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, it is. That's
Lauren.
That's
Find
your mate.
Lauren.
That's not Lauren.
No, that's
No, I
Lauren's
said find
bestie. That was
Lauren.
Lauren's bestie, the one that kept saying to me, I can have my flag out.
In fairness, I
Lauren
wouldn't admit she was my friend either, to be
Boy,
honest.
that's your mate. That's actually your mate. Mad thing.
Sorry,
know who
can I
that is.
quickly just say, you said, well, he's a terrorist. The man who killed the MP Joe Cox, that situation was labelled as a terrorist event. He was a terrorist. He was white.
Facts.
And I've not once said that white people can't be terrorists.
No, but that so what did when you thought it was a terrorist
Yeah, but
event,
hold on,
answer
but
a
look-
question?
But they also
Sorry?
say as well, the people that bombed my
Yeah, what does he
hometown,
look like?
the people that...
One at a time,
I
guys.
think it's
Ask him
really
one at a time.
important.
Ask him one at a time. One at a time.
Sorry, but the people that...
Let me just finish what I'm saying. I just want to know what was it about that man you thought was a tea person? What was it? When
And
you
you've had a lot
first
of time to
heard,
think
What,
about
I
it.
didn't. No, it wasn't the
Well,
man in
yeah.
particular. It was the act. The act seemed to be a
okay,
tea
so what?
event.
So tell me. So you thought it was the act. So it was agnostic. It was just an act. So can you tell me what
No, I didn't
changed?
say it was agnostic because that's not
It's
what
still the same.
terrorism is.
No, hold on. No, it
Do you know
was
what the
agnostic
definition of
because you
terrorism
didn't.
is?
Okay, listen. Don't ask me what this. I'm asking you what changed. How did the definition change for you when you found out who it was?
Because it's a safe
didn't.
act.
It still seemed to be. I still believe it was a terrorist attack.
Yeah, do you know what you did? You said you don't want me to answer that, so you did picture someone. So can you describe to us what you pictured, please?
He's trying to play smart. I ain't got time for him.
I pictured a
And you know
terrorist.
what? If you're going to be a
what did you
racist, at least
picture?
have balls.
You
A
pictured
terrorist,
something.
Alicia.
So what have you pictured? Like what colour
terrorist.
hair? What skin colour? What build?
Swab as well. You can stay in here as long as you stop mentioning kids and people's parenting. Sorry, Lisa, carry on.
I want to
Oh my
know.
God, Alex, not happy with you, Paige. Don't give a shit.
Debbie, you're such a little shit stirrer. No one cares about TikTok
Let's just
drama.
say something, right? So, great debate thing, right? My town was BOMB, yeah? Not by terrorists, but Irish terrorists when I was a child, right? So they were white.
What?
They were white terrorists that bombed my town.
Manchester.
No.
Hey, I was trying to use TikTok friendly words on. It's my last account.
Sorry, in Warrington.
Which town?
3 times in Warrington. 3 times
Warrington.
in my town, yeah.
Thank you.
Who is it bombed by?
I mean, I've just told you, Irish terrorists.
Yeah,
What did you think they looked like before you found out?
Pardon?
That was his
What did you think they looked like before you found out?
That was his question.
I didn't think anything. I was a child. I was 6 years of age when they did it.
I'm chilling, man.
Okay, everyone pause.
However,
I need someone to drop. Swab, it's your time. You've got
Hey,
no
Paige, I need to go. I need to go soon anyway.
Okay, Dion, I love you so much.
Love you.
Once an incident happens,
Getting
that all these people are Irish, or the one colour, or this colour, or that colour. If an incident
When have
happens,
I ever mentioned
they're
colour
waiting
and
for the information.
terrorists?
Because you turned on and said you had an idea in your head, and you said you don't want me to answer that, which therefore
Yeah.
is pressuring me that you assume that that guy.
Alicia, unmute them now.
No, because they just said if you want to see what a terrorist looks like, look at my picture. No, never ever. You're crazy.
Thank you. Can I just say I don't care though, because when other people are allowing racism in their life about me.
Yeah, but we're not like that.
No, I'm not like that, but I'm saying I'm sick to death, Alicia. I'm sick of it.
I really want Great Debates to answer this question, right? So I'm gonna ask it a different way, based on what Great Debates has said. Okay, so Great Debates said that you thought it was an act of terrorism based on because of Islamic extremists. So
No, that's not what I said.
That is what you said. I'll get the screen recording. It's fine.
Please do, because what I said was that the act itself screamed a terrorist attack. That's what I believed it was.
I'm bored of you now. You said you didn't want to say it. You don't want me to answer that question. You thought it was an Asian man. Next. My patience is saying I've got a stomachache. Fuck off. Next. That's what you implied. That's what you implied. Whether you was race baited or not, that's what you implied. Next question, guys.
I didn't imply it was an Asian
Next
person.
question. I'm not going around in circles all day.
Okay.
Like, I sit down and I get gaslit everywhere I fucking go on this app. And I get told to shut up 24/7. I'm not doing it on my platform.
I haven't told you to shut up.
So next question. Suave, get in the fucking box. Jesus Christ. I can't stand men that have so much yapper in comments, but you can't sit there and say it with chest with your mouth. If you have these kind of opinions, say it loudly about is this an anti-white chat? Yes, with majority of white people in my boxes. Of course it is.
Yes, but
Alicia's brown, Paige is brown, Zoe's brown, and S is brown. Didn't you know?
Can I ask a question to those who are obviously whitey on the chat? Do you think there is a level of copium in terms of like we know we do wrong, but when it comes to other people, we can't do wrong at all?
You're not being very kind always, Kirsty P. Piss off. Sorry, continue. Like this one said, you watch Corey sit there, scream the N-word in front of black people. We can't fucking be offended. Sit back, because it's Corey. It's fine. Corey's funny. But you think me saying this and telling someone to piss off who's racially gaslighting me, I'm angry. I'm out of order. I'm fucking sick of this app. I'm not going to get upset, but I'm fucking sick of it. Because this happens in our real life as well, not just on the app. Corey, you're a nobody in real life. That's fine for you, but you don't get the fucking issues that we get as people of colour. So when you're joking about on a fucking app, we're going outside and getting it also as well. And then no one is sitting there saying, oh, Pearl's aggressive. Not one of you in that chat said Pearl was aggressive. But straight away,
I did.
You're fucking racist and I'm aggressive.
I said she was aggressive. I said.
Not comment. The shoe's not fitting you. Don't wear it. If the shoe's not fitting you when I'm talking, don't fucking wear it. It's that simple. You don't need to consistently interrupt me. So if the shoe don't fit you and you don't feel like you did that, then you pipe down. What are you not understanding? You're lucky and privileged that you're even in spaces where we're allowing you to continuously fucking gaslight us because we're trying to educate. And I'm getting wound up now. Do you not understanding what I'm saying? I can't be in fucking spaces where they're talking about racism and talking about me without being gaslit, without being abused, without being called a fucking monkey, without being constantly told my kids are going to be this, they're going to lynch this, they're going to do that. I can't be in these spaces comfortably, but you fucking can. And you, Suave, as well. And you, the no. So, Sunshine, stick it up your absolute rectum, darling, about they were gaslit. No. You're fucking lucky you've been in here 2 hours chatting shit, mate.
I've been here for like 40 minutes. I haven't even said a word.
You have said a couple of words. That was a lot.
What, at the start, and then that's it. And she actually agreed with me.
Listen. She's obviously vexed.
Like, what are you not understanding? What are you not understanding? White privilege is fucking everywhere. I can say the same thing that my friends will sit there and say, but because they're white or they've got more followers, it's deemed more. Oh, she's aggressive. She's so well taken in. Do you not think that's fucking horrible on our personality and our character? Forget about systemic racism. How the fuck do you think that makes me feel as a woman and as a person? So my lived experience isn't fucking important enough for people to listen and understand to. But when a white lady comes and says it, oh, I understand it then. Or you can be as irrational as you want. You can sit there and do that. Corey and Angie can sit there doxing every fucking person and it's, oh my God. But Paige is the aggressive one. Paige is so fucking bad. Give your fucking heads a wobble.
Listen, you got thick skin, man. Honestly, you're doing well. I listen. I haven't even been.
I said he was gaslighting, not you was gaslighting.
Well, word it properly, Sunshine.
I have been trying to listen to him, but everybody interrupts him.
No, I don't want thick skin. I don't want to get upset. I do make jokes, but I'm done having thick skin. I'm not. My kids don't. I don't want my sons to have thick skin. All right, Sunshine, I'm talking now. I don't want my dark skinned son to have thick skin. I don't want him to feel like this. We all moan about TikTok shit and people moaning and whinging about us. But growing up, I didn't want to be me. I didn't want to live in the skin that I'm in. I felt not worthy. Okay? And that's horrible. And that's what my kids are feeling. And everyone kids are feeling. And when Haley's like, oh, you're mentioning my fucking kid. No one did. I'm saying no one mentions the kids that get called these things. When there's kids going, I don't like black people, or your brown look weird. How do you think that makes fucking children feel? Like how? It's fucking horrible. Growing up and not wanting to be the skin that you're in. My hair was never curly till I was 23 years old. I was constantly getting kicked out of school for nothing. Made to feel stupid and dumb. And I'm too loud. I'm too this. I'm too loud, but I managed to get 4,000 people in a lockdown. Because my voice is important. But when you're being racially gaslit your whole life, I don't feel confident enough to be in certain places to say that. Okay? And speak like that. And that's Suave about protect our kids. Why are you not protecting the black kids and the kids of colour? Because they're the ones that are going to grow up with hatred in their hearts because they don't understand why they're fucking being treated like this. Mr. UK TikTok, your neck is fucking green. I'm not talking, I'm not having any conversation with a man who has a green neck at your big age. I'm not doing this.
It's not him, it's fake account.
Whoever it is, regardless. Like, this is my problem. You all want to fucking protect kids. Don't chat my name like you know me. Suave. You get back shots in an alleyway. What now? Suave. What the fuck are you going to do? Nothing. The same thing you're going to do about your whole white power shit. Nothing. Because half of you that have this mentality, you're pussies, you're scared, and you're scared of something to be yourself, to be that people are better than you. Half of you see what black people can do and you're fucking terrified. For what reason? Because you've been systemically made to think that, oh, we're lesser than you. How they can't do this. Fucking great debates because all the rest is with black people. Thank you so fucking much for allowing us to have fucking a bit of success. Thank you so fucking much. We must sit there and say, do you know what? We are given half and crumbs on a plate, but let's say thank you for a full fucking plate. Say thank you. Well done. Are you sick in your head? Lexi, roll your eyes again and see what happens, because that'll be my eyes rolling when your baby dad's giving me a back shot. That'll be my eyes rolling. I'm sick of you all. I've sat here for 2.5 fucking hours and trying to educate calmly, and you're still all chatting shit. And you want me to be calm and collective and classy? Suck your mums, man.
I don't know why people come in here too alive that pages with like it's important discussions being spoken on, no TikTok drama, no bullshit, and you're still coming in here starting your bullshit. If you don't want to listen to it, piss off and go and watch your drinking themselves into oblivion. Why come in here and completely disregard people's thoughts and feelings? If you want to listen and understand, listen and understand. If you don't, piss off, go wash your nails and clean your bum-bums.
Literally, but protect the kids. But you're happy letting young black boys get unalived on fucking buses and no one's fucking butts and eyelids getting unalived by a white man. This is exactly why I stopped doing This is why I stopped doing the race debates. And then now I've stopped doing it. You are all like, oh, what are you going to talk on this? Doesn't matter if you're full white or not anti-swab. I'm saying you said is it an anti-white chat. That's what I'm going off.
Well, you're saying a lot in the comments. That's why she's saying stuff.
But no one cares though. And this is the thing. I'm not going to get taken seriously. It makes me so mad because that could have been my son or Laurie's son. Do you see what I'm trying to say? And what fucking now? It's not just it's a bit of systemic racism and who gets to have a good job or who not. It's the fact that if my son goes missing, I will be terrified that they will not get the same fucking media coverage as Alicia's kids. It's the fact that if my son was to be unalive, it doesn't fucking matter to the system. It doesn't matter. Half of the things that it goes so deep into it. There's a black boy that got unalived and they lost his fucking remains, bruv. They lost his remains in the hospital and no one cared. What the fuck is wrong with you all? And you think you're so disprivileged to come into space and have these debates? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. There's how many black bodies being found in the fucking River Thames. I've not seen one news story about it. Not one.
There's bag of stuff that happens over here when it comes to ethnic people and that, but no one gives a crap.
Can I ask where you found that up? Generally.
You can just go on Google and research stuff. It's all on
Honestly,
there.
it's all on there, man. Like, just listen to the people.
You know when you hear
in that area,
someone.
you see?
Do you know when you hear someone say something and you haven't seen it yourself? All you have to do, like the internet is free and there's so much to it. You can literally just look stuff up. It's just that simple. She's not just making stuff up out of thin air.
And you can verify the families. I know that a lot of people are like, oh, you can Google anything, but
Steph, this is what does my head in. White kids getting alive too.
God.
Who said they didn't? Why am I sitting here crying tears? Because I'm saying to you, my kid could get unalive because of racism. Anyone's kid, God forbid, something could happen. Any adult, God forbid, something could happen. But it's not going to be due to racism. And it's not going to be afterwards when, like I said to you, for instance, the young boy that got unalived in my area by 6 Asian men, every single one of those Asian men was put into prison within 6 months. Stephen Lawrence was unalived by 5 white men screaming the N-word down the street, and it took 20 years for justice. That's the fucking difference, Steph. So if one kid or your kid or my kid both was getting unalived, you're going to get justice. I'm not, potentially. That is a big difference. Like, what are you not understanding about that?
You know when you see, like, so let's use an example. When you see missing children, you see it all over the news and in big media outlets and whatnot. It will most of the time be a white child, but there are also black children and Asian children who go missing. They do not get the same coverage. Like, you'll see stuff on Facebook from their family and possibly the local police, but it won't be a big national thing. Do you think Maddie, for example, would have had all that money and all that coverage if she wasn't a little white blonde girl? It's literally, it's that simple.
Do you know the only time black kids make it on the media is when they're being made to be a perpetrator or as county lines and they're lost in the system. Then they're in the fucking media as a threat, as, oh, they're naughty boys. Like, adultification of black kids in the UK is fucking disgusting. Yeah, and if you don't know what adultification is, like, yeah, go and research it. Because the difference is when people's kids are getting unalived or being hurt or being stopped. My black kid goes outside and he's trapped like a fucking adult. He's trapped like an adult and expects to have the same emotional maturity as an adult when he's getting dragged and stopped and fucking searched. He's been stopped and searched in his school. They made him shut down to stop in his school.
That's bad.
For nothing. For nothing. No white kid has ever had that happen in his school. Adultification is such a fucking worrying issue. No one's realising it. You wonder why you think so many boys are turning to crime, turning to this. Because what's the fucking point in the end?
And Paige is not saying that by saying what she is, that white children don't matter. She's not saying that, but she's saying treat black children the same. The Asian children the same. That they just want... People want the same energy for all the children, regardless of their skin colour.
Yeah, she's right.
I think we agree with her, though. We are agreeing with her, though.
I'm going to give an example here, right? So, in the early 2000s, like, just like 2000 anything, the article about Baby P came out, right? Yes. And then it was only after Baby P that other children came out that were actually black, that have been absolutely fucking, like... just forgot about by the fucking system completely and just didn't give a shit.
Yeah, I'm raised better black
privilege. There's more black children that had happened to than white children. It does happen. Like, they are...
Oh, Jacko, sorry, I didn't think you was talking.
And like the other week, like Paige, you can tell you the other week, I was more aggressive in a box than Paigey was. My voice was a lot louder than fucking Paigey in a box. But I wasn't called fucking aggressive. But she was.
Facts.
Well, do you know, you're saying to me not every white child gets the same treatment as Madeline. No, they do not. But when you look at things, it's disproportionate. Just have a look at things. Instead of sitting here throwing out comments, saying the stuff you're saying, go and look at stuff and read up statistics of like on the government website. It's not difficult. Don't sit here trying to wind people up and upset people. Go and research and teach yourself, you prick.
Innit? You have one example, and then it's like, my daughter, yeah, but that's because they got money. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, this is. But
look, who's got economic structure and safety within and equity within the UK though? And why have the black people not got as much? That's my even point in general. The strange thing, all of this stuff. The one that does matter the most is that I'm not just talking. You that will sit there, and I'm not bringing it up to be like that or bringing it up. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'll bring up whatever name I want. You don't sit there and listen to Hayley comment and say she's got a criminology degree. You trust it and back that, yeah? I've gone and done the same fucking degree and also based it upon my personal experience, and no one's fucking listening to me. When I'm reading out these statistics and facts, it's not because I'm a woman of colour and I popped onto Google. I fucking spent years researching society. I studied sociology, psychology, even like I said, down to ancient history and archaeology to get the effects of law. I've got fucking books in my thing from law to the 1800s. Do you understand? I'm coming from exactly the same situation that the government people are reading it out to you in, but I'm still not listened to, and on top of it, I'm ignored. So my degree is nowhere near as good as Hayley's. I can't be looked at. Mine's shit. Mine doesn't mean anything. My lived experience on top of my degree don't mean shit. But you'll fucking sit there and listen to Hayley comment, go on and talk about Guyana, but then sit there and slag off Guyanese women. Cool. And there's no privilege, there's no nothing. Fucking cool. Say less. Say less. You're so happy for black women to be disrespected and treat like shit. If I say something, it's mad. Hayley comments goes on live and she's sitting there talking about, oh, take your fucking face for a shit. You don't claim Guyana. Me, da 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 da. And you're saying all of this stuff. And you don't call her aggressive, you find it funny. So why, if you can find Hayley's comments funny, why can't you find my comments funny? What is paining you so much?
It's a mental, honestly. I feel
what's
like
paining you about, like, what's the difference?
It's like a form of Stockholm syndrome or so. It's like, it must be like, there's got to be a Stockholm syndrome on the other side of the oppressor. Like, not to say that everyone was the oppressor, but what I'm trying to say is when you come from that group of the oppressing, there must be some kind of Stockholm where you just kind of just make allowances for.
Do you know, Sebastian Paige was saying the other day, and I agree with her to an extent, I think if you grow up in England, for example, in the West, in a mainly white populated country, there's always going to be, you're always going to have come across some sort of stereotyping or something along those lines in a white family without even realising that it's racism. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just kind of, what's the word, like,
it's ingrained in society. People got offended, but I was like, I've done it, my mum's done it, and it's not like explicit.
I think everyone has experienced it, whether it's themselves or a family member. Everyone has probably done some sort of stereotype, because people think racism is straightforward, where it's just you say the N word or you say the P word or whatever, but it's so much more than that. This
is what I get on a daily basis. Like, I don't get why you think that I'm sitting there doing this for fun. Like, this isn't fun. All these people, like, you want it for drama and clout. I love it. I love sitting here crying and exposing my fucking vulnerability to you absolute probably half of you are fucking nonsense in the chat, not you guys. The ones that are cussing me out, the racist ones. And the rest of you don't actually give a shit about me or my mental health.
This is every single day without fail, when you're not even talking about racist subjects, when you're not discussing your heritage, your background. This is when you're having a laugh, having a joke. It still gets said to you consistently and constantly.
Like, all the time. And then this is going to now reflect. I can take it, I can hack it. I'm a grown woman. I've had my racial trauma. Do you get it? I've had my racial trauma growing up. I don't want it for the kids. Don't want it for your guys' kids. Whether your kids are white or black or brown, I don't want it for any of our kids. I don't want any of our kids to experience, partake, or have friends of colour and see their friends of colour go through this kind of stuff.
Can I say something quick?
I was nearly finished my sentence, but go on.
No, go on, finish.
No, it's fine. Go on. I forgot anyway.
I feel like I half understand what you're saying, obviously to a point, because obviously I'm white, so I can't really understand what you feel and stuff. But I feel like you're making it seem like being black is such a horrible thing, and like
I love being black.
like
I'm mixed race, but I love the black.
worry, but everyone's young, like all these young boys, everyone's favourite footballer is a young black lad. Like everyone's favourite.
But until he missed the penalty and got called a monkey.
Black rapper, everyone's favourite artist.
Say the same, you know.
Yeah, he was everyone's favourite football player because he's good.
I do
darling.
understand what you're saying.
Okay, let me explain them to you. Let me finish. He's everyone's favourite footballer when he's winning. Okay, when black people are winning in the things that you want us to win in, you love us. People love us. When we fail or make a mistake, then it's a problem. We are over criticised, overwatched, disproportionately represented in all the negative aspects. So he was your favourite football player, Marcus Rashford, all these people, and Saku, is that his name? The young one, and Marcus Rashford. He's fucking got half of these. All people in England, white people included, your kids are eating for free because of him. But as soon as he missed a penalty, he's a monkey. He's an N-word. He got death threats.
So people must take bananas to football matches, waiting to see if a black player misses penalties. Because see, when they do, you see them throwing bananas on the pitch at them.
So he's not everyone's favourite player because what's his name? What's that lanky shit? What's his name? The England captain. The England captain. What's his name?
Oh, the England Harry Kane.
Harry Kane. Did he miss the pen?
To be honest,
I didn't see one fruit.
Because I don't really watch football, but
I didn't see one fruit thrown at Harry when he missed the pen.
Everyone throw a roast dinner at him.
I was going to say, Jacko, just to give you a live experience from, I don't know, I can't speak for every black person, but I can tell from my own. When I see something on the news, and it's something like egregious, like, you know, like that Liverpool thing with the car, and the first thing that I do, and I know a couple of my friends do the same thing. I hope he ain't black. I hope the person ain't. You know why? Because that one individual.
What about?
And I shouldn't have to feel like that. That's mad.
Alright. They said things of David Beckham in the comments, guys, but did they mention his race? When he missed the pen, David Beckham, what he was saying, they done things to David Beckham, did they mention his race? Because they go on and on about his race.
No,
did what they throw at him or what they burn directly correlate to his race?
no.
I only wanted to pop up because
but I feel like people say you can't be racist to white people, so
No, you're not
can't be
getting
racist.
If people are bringing bananas to football matches, that means it's premeditated. Do you know how sick you have to be to actually say, I'm going to a football match, I know there's black football players, so me I bring 2 bananas.
Yeah, big slice and dice.
I only wanted to pop up and say
there is going to be racist people. Like, this ain't a perfect world. There are going to be racist, and that's obviously it's horrible and it's wrong, but that is going to happen, you know.
It shouldn't. Okay, let's forget about football then. Why are we overrepresented? So, do you know any say like Premier League what they call like coaches or whatever?
To be honest, I don't.
Or like top CEOs, millionaires in the country, stuff like that. There is obviously black ones that get twisted. I'm saying, why are we represented so much for entertainment? Hold on, then. Why are we used so much for entertainment? Running, boxing, football, singing, rapping. I'm really please let me finish. I'm actually really pinging. I've been on live for ages. Please let me finish. Please. All of these things, but then in the higher levels of these things, they're not having the same attainable reach as easy.
I mean, I guess it's because they do well. I'm not really sure.
No. And then when they finish entertaining, the next part of it, the owning the clubs, the etc. Why is it still such a small percentage of black people that have these higher powers after they've been playing the sports that has been used as entertainment for everyone?
I mean, I couldn't really answer that, to be honest.
Like 100%. Mo's darling, hello.
Sorry, hello. I only wanted to say about, because I saw something the other week and it was a Salford player and literally the fans have been racist to him like crazy, and he turned to the players and went, I'm not doing this, walked off the pitch, and all of the teammates turned around and went, no, we're not having this, and walked off the pitch.
Oh, I'll cry.
If you watch the video, I swear to God, it's brilliant.
No, I'm really going to cry because that's the kind of support people need in life. Do you understand?
But they all stuck through. Do you know what I mean? Like, they all turned around and went, this is wrong, we're leaving the pitch now. And even the managers, like a couple of the managers are ex-football players and they're white, but even they turned around and went, do you know what, this is awful, but hopefully you're making a stand, you're making a point.
Yes,
you don't take this.
100 million %. 100, and that is, you know, people say, what can we do? That's just it. You see that empathy and compassion as a human mode. Like,
do you know what I was saying?
They didn't go and protest, they didn't have to go and scream, you know, just that coming together and cohesion.
After I watched it, I turned around to my partner and I went, do you know what annoys me? I said, like, why is it that they have to do this to make a point. Like, who goes to a football match to do that? To then, but why are you spending your money to do that when you
It's
can
like
kick
Alicia
out
and Kendall's mum said. When you actually, and to be fair, I hadn't even deeped it until these girls just said it. They actually, you're so right. People are coming to football matches pre-planned with bananas and coconuts and all these mad things in their bags just in case. So if they win, they're not going to do it. But just in case they lose, they're going to use their race and they're going to throw these at the players.
But what was brilliant was the fact that the fact that the whole team turned around and went, "This is wrong. We don't agree with it. We're walking off the pitch." And it was one of the fan. I think it was either the other team's fan or the actual team Salford's fan. And even the manager turned around. He went, "We're not accepting this. This is wrong." And he said they called the match literally like 20 minutes towards the end, and they went, "We're not doing this."
I feel like what you've just said there is a big point, right? Because obviously you've just said like a minority was being racist to this football player or whatever, and always players was helping him, whatever. Like the community was being nice to him, whatever. Like that's how you've got to be, because in this world. There's never going to be no racism. There's always going to be a racism.
But that's what I think is like. We all know
this
that
is the
people
thing.
of
Like,
colour.
you've got to be like.
Just be compassionate. Like we all know people of colour. Yeah, that there's
like. You've got more community than people that are racist to you, I think. So like you've got to be just.
James, he's on his last leg.
Ignore
The thing
him.
is, as people of colour, we know you can't combat racism. We know that it's a systemic. It's a systemic embedded thing, right? On this app specifically, where I get mad about compassion. You can't. People keep saying, "Oh, no racism. We should just stomp it out." But when people of colour are talking about it, you don't want to listen to us. You don't want to have empathy and compassion for us. I nearly cried in Miss Red's book, and only the anti-real non-racist white people and my white friends who know me in my heart, they were the only ones that cared. Everyone that had a dislike for me would rather use racism to ignore the hate for me. Sorry, to ignore the racism, to sit there and laugh and make jokes. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, see, I don't understand it because I see everyone the same. Like, we all fucking breathe, we all bleed, we all, do you know what I mean? We all do the same things. Why do you have to look at someone and just because they're a different, like, skin colour to you, you used to treat them differently? Like, no.
It just winds it when they keep saying this narrative. I hate, like, my white friends have made me, and my white mum is why I am how I am. It wasn't my black dad that gave me this and said, like, no, the world is going to be fucking against you. What you're going to do is be bigger and better, and you're going to come out of it. She ran to my school when they tried to kick me out at 16 for doing absolutely nothing wrong. The same thing that the white girl did, but she's fine because her mum worked there. My mum ran there. My mum ran there and said, you're not going to do this to my child. I know what you are doing, whether you like it or not. My white friends and my white family have made me feel so comfortable to become, like, within my blackness, to appreciate my blackness. I can go out of, like, my white friends on this panel, I'll go out of Alicia, and I don't feel like if something happened racially, I'm going to be there on my own. I don't feel like that. I feel like I'm going to have backing. So it really winds me up when people keep doing the narrative that I'm racist or that I don't like white people, because it's so, like, anti-progressive to what I'm trying to do.
But do you know what it is, Paige? They do that to you because they've got nothing else to say. So they heard me and you on a night out and you said white, whatever. I'm not offended. We was having a laugh. Like, it's not that deep. It's just a reason for them to go at you. And we got to the point on here where Paige was saying something. She was getting a load of abuse in the comments. People were not listening. I would go in the box and say exactly the same thing, and people would listen to it and be like, oh, Paige, I'm sorry. But it's not like, I shouldn't have to
do that. It'd be the Torian thing as well, innit? Like, Torian's obviously dark-skinned, full black. Even how they treat me in Torian. Yeah. Torian was always the one. Like, my mother, as you can see, is just as crazy. Like, I may be a bit more, like, political in some spaces, but let's be real, me and Torian can cuss, yeah? And we wind up Angie, wind up everything else. They refuse to have Torian in some spaces, but will let me in because they think I'm...
And Paige is worse than Torian.
I'm worse than Torian!
It just baffles me how people are still like this.
You're sick of it. But they would constantly ignore Torian, constantly call her racist, constantly do this as a dark-skinned, full black woman, and it's like I'm more palatable to them.
But my point is,
because your proximity to whiteness is closer, and that's how they measure us. Like,
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm more palatable to them because of my proximity to whiteness.
Exactly. And then, but then, when it comes to, and that's why I made the comment of the fact that me, you, and Devon actually do this work in real life. You know what I mean? Because then in real life, like, we're probably more educated, got more qualifications, have done more training on this topic than half the majority of the YT people that are speaking about this on this app. Yet our voice is not listened to, so we have to get someone like Alicia to frigging speak for us.
That's what I'm saying, and I shouldn't be speaking on behalf of anyone, but it's so frustrating to watch people when they're making points and I'm listening and no one's taking it in because they're just using it to put across their bullshit that I have to get in for people to listen. Like, it's disgusting.
Yeah, do you remember when it first kicked off, how many times I had to be like, Lisa, can you go in first and get me in?
And I've never been called aggressive, and I can be really aggressive.
Sorry, can I ask
I just have to message Elisa and I have to be like, can you get me in? Like, just spaces where they should be listening to my voice. I had to go to Elisa and be like, go on, can you go? Go in, they're going to listen to you, they'll let you in. We got
Are you talking about the comments?
No, in lives, in comments, in whatever it may be, I'm saying that I would be saying exactly the same thing as Paige, but it shouldn't be coming from my mouth because then it looks like I'm doing up white saviour, and I'm not here to do that. I just believe what I believe, but I want people to be listening to like Kenzino's mum or Paige or Torian or whoever it is when they're talking about something that affects them directly, that doesn't affect me, because I can speak on it, but I've never experienced it. I'm never going to experience it. So I'm just repeating what I've read or what I've heard my friends saying.
And exactly, and Alicia, no disrespect to you, like, you get me, like, or anyone else that wants to speak for us, but exactly like what you're saying, why the fuck, yeah, and excuse my French, why the F, yeah, should I sit down and listen to any YT person speak for me and my experiences and what I go through when I deliver training on this 24/7? I've got real life experiences. Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. It's not
you should speak for yourself, be able to speak for yourself.
But because of the way that, like, you know, life works, this is a situation that we're always in. Like, do you know what I mean? How do you think, what impact do you think that has on us? Why do you think Paige is here today so emotional? She's already told us that they drained her out last time, because any time we try and just have our conversation, this is the result of it. I mean, I'm just saying it shouldn't be like that, but I need to know what we're doing moving forward.
A great debate after day. Your comments have slid in the comments about.
I just want to say, because
what did you say?
Where are all of these people when they're all saying, "Oh, we really want to be educated"? All of this. Paige has hosted many, many lives where me and Alicia have struggled to even help push people to come in and listen to what she's got to say and listen to be educated and learn more about race and black issues, people of colour issues in general. And she's tried to educate people, but unfortunately, these people are so narrow-minded. They will only say they want to be educated when they've done something wrong.
Yeah, and then I have to do it in a polite way, innit? I have to do it in the way they want me to be
100%. When you cry, they're like, "Oh, why are you being so emotional? We can't understand you. Why are you angry?"
They say to her that she's doing it for attention. When she raises her voice, they say that she's too... Like, don't get me wrong, sometimes Paige goes completely off tangent and loses her point because she's talking about back shots and dads and whatnot, but it's coming from anger, because this has been going on for a long time, where people are just not listening, or people are just completely missing the whole point of what she's saying.
Exactly, it's frustration. Do you know, like me, Dame and Elisa sat in my fucking live and I was doing book club and I was reading books about racism. We had like 40 viewers. You just not didn't care then when we're sitting there reading and listening, taking it all in, and really just.
But then they're the ones that are like, "Oh, we really want to be educated. We don't know where to go." There's been multiple posts, we've promoted it as much as possible. Alicia's promoted it. We've sat there for hours on end. We'll just sit in the box and just be quiet. Because I like to be educated, but at least I go out there and sit in spaces, listen and hear what's going on with
at the same time, Dave,
years ago as well, and you've been doing this for years.
At the same time, it's not Paige's job to educate people on an app. It's not Kenzino's mum's job. It's not Devon's job. It's not your job. People, like, the internet is free. People can research stuff. I don't understand why they're relying on people on the internet to teach them stuff that they could literally...
And then having a go at me if I don't do it in the way they...
At the same hand, they're like, "Oh, we don't have anyone to go to. Where can we go to?" Paige has put her platform aside and done it. Do you think any person of colour wants to speak about how badly they get violated on a day-to-day basis?
No, and there's no clout, by the way. Like, gifts and all that. Look, nah, trust me, I get gifts when I twerk and I have fun and I'm funny. I don't get run up when I'm having these serious debates because we're not focusing about that. No one's focusing on gifting or money. We're just focusing on the debate at hand, the topic. So this whole we do it for clout and money is crazy because it's actually the racists on this app that actually profit from racism, not us.
Can I ask something quick?
Yeah.
Do you get abused like day to day
on this app? Yeah.
I mean, like
can you come back to the
in real life
pictures?
in general.
I'll show you some of the stuff. I'll show you some of the
No, I
things.
believe you.
Like, this was just a couple of days. Hi, Luce, my darling.
Sorry, Paige. You know what you're saying earlier about like your kids and stuff. I know, like basically, my niece's friend was 14 and she got bullied for her like racist, basically, and she ended up doing it to like ending her life, basically, all because of racism. And she's 14. And like I've said to my niece now, we need to do a massive thing to like in schools and stuff to be like, you can't say these things or like.
No, we can drop you for 2 seconds, get Ginny and come straight back up for the pictures, but come back up again. Right, sorry, carry on, darling.
I mean, like I said to her, I said we need to educate because she's 14.
It's really sad.
It's sad. Like,
Can I?
Yeah, Alicia's saying so I can do my poem, Alicia.
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah, go on.
The difference
What's black
is
supremacy, by the way?
black supremacy. It's an ideology.
An ideology created by who? The white supremacists?
No.
Oh. What is black? Where would black supremacy be prominent and used?
There's a group of 5%.
No. Black supremacy as a whole in society. Where would black supremacy be initialized in society? Like, where would it be maintained? Like, where would it be?
It's an ideology though. It's not society.
No, an ideology is still created though and based upon something that has to happen within society. A stereotype don't start from nowhere, etc., etc. So your ideology. By the way, Jacko, look at the posts on the side. These are the ones that I get on a regular basis. Where would black supremacy thrive? Can you give me an example, please?
Where it's thrive in black communities.
Where would black supremacy? Because I can tell you many places where white supremacy would thrive, and it initially is characterised within society.
I'm not saying that white supremacy doesn't exist, nor am I downplaying it.
I'm not saying that. I'm asking you where, if black supremacy is a thing, can you tell me where it thrives? Like, where would it coexist? Where?
Music,
black communities,
sport,
black supremacy in music,
rapping and sport. Yeah, I think 100%.
So what do you believe? What is? Okay, sorry, I'm not going to laugh. No. Black supremacy in music. Is it because you think you can say the N word?
No, it's because like let's not be funny. Like the look, like the gangster look. You know, all these gangster rappers.
That's crazy. Black. It's because hip hop and rap comes from black culture. So you're stereotyping.
Right. So okay.
That's rap.
I mean,
No, but
well, that's why they would do better there, no?
No, they're not doing better though. Look how much Eminem's made.
But you're not
talking like our generation, these young
We've got H now. We've got fucking RD. Like, that's completely irrelevant. They don't look
But Paige, are you saying that black supremacy is not a thing?
I don't believe it to be a thing, no.
So you're saying that no black person thinks they're inherently better than a white person?
Black supremacy has to go on like a more than one person basis. Do I think there's a group or?
No, it's an ideology. Anybody can have that ideology.
But it has to be put into practice. Otherwise, anything's an ideology. I could sit there and say the sky's going to turn green and pig shit glitter. That's my ideology. But where is it being put into practice to make it an ideology that's actually to make it an ideology that is being stemmed within society?
Social media.
Anything can be an ideology. So where?
Yeah, and I'm saying it is in practice.
Where is it in practice, please?
Online, social media, forums, YouTube channels. Fringe ideologies, they're mainly online. You don't see groups.
So black supremacy in terms of, so what does it do?
It's an ideology that black people are inherently better than white people.
Is unaliving, it's systemic racism, it's disadvantages of opportunity, it's a lack of opportunity and advantages as well. It's being systemically oppressed and abused. What does black supremacy do to white people?
I don't necessarily say it does anything to white people.
No, but that's the whole point of it. From it to be an ideology, which means fuck all, to actually existing in society, it has to have implications somewhere. It has to be implemented somewhere. So there has to be a hierarchy. Someone has to be the bottom half of the oppression scale. So in black supremacy, where in society is it implemented to have a negative effect? Because that's the whole point of supremacy, the hierarchy, white supremacy, because it's not an inherently thing to believe that black people are necessarily below them. White supremacy is the fact that they are using society and systemic racism to create white supremacy and believe that they are the higher people and the higher powered people because they are allowed to do certain things backed upon society. So where is black supremacy thriving? Like, please, you can't say it exists but then not tell me like where it's thriving or where
But it still exists. Just because it's not thriving doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Okay, where is it placed then? Because you said rap, and I don't get how there's black supremacy in music, because there's no detriment to white people when there's black people doing music. There's no detriment to white people. You can't not have a white rapper.
I'm talking about like rap, like this drill, like this trap rap, like all this stuff.
Drill and that come from like grime, which come from like hip hop, you know, like 90 BMM, all that kind of stuff, yeah? So predominantly like blues, rap, hip hop come from black culture.
Right.
But it's not been gate kept by black people because there are rich white people within it, and they're not holding you down. Like, we're not saying because we're black rappers, you are now disadvantaged and we're better than you. And you're not being disadvantaged in society. Like, if you're going to compare white supremacy to black supremacy and the only thing you can come up with is music, fucking hell, let's switch.
Okay, have you heard of the...
I haven't finished. So if you're saying black supremacy is just to do with music, and white supremacy is the absolute illusion of that white people and white power must exist on a very much right-handed level and a very extremist level, and people are getting unalived due to white supremacy, can we switch? Because I'd rather fuck with your side. I'd rather just not be able to rap as a white boy than get unalived as a black girl.
Can I just say something? Can we just deep this and put it in like layman's terms? He just said that drill music means that there's black supremacy.
Yeah, he did, yeah. He did.
Maybe it's the wrong word, but I feel like...
H, Jacko? What about H?
Sorry, okay. Maybe it's the wrong word that was used, right? But I'm saying that because they do better in that field, right? Maybe supremacy ain't the right word.
Well, even if they did, you're talking about a positive reinforcement in society, music, and something that you are claiming, like, you may get there, but like you're talking about the glass in and what we're talking about. Say, let's just banter to you and pander to you for a second. What's that got to do with supremacy?
Well, I might be wrong then. That's it. I admit it. I might be wrong then.
Okay, that's fine. No, it's fine to admit you're wrong as well. Like, I'm not even being rude.
I'm not like the smartest. Like, yeah, I might be wrong.
No, do you know what? You're asking questions and you're trying to learn, and I respect.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn.
Yeah, no, if you say the fact
really
you said I might be wrong is enough for me not to sit there and cuss you out or laugh at you, because admitting that you may be wrong or misunderstood things or going off a tangent that you didn't realise that would go down, that's fine. Education is key, learning is key. Conversations are meant to be awkward. When it comes to this topic, the same way when it's like talking about Laurie, I do not know how, because I've not had no ADHD, nothing angry with small today. Like, when you're talking about sexuality, when you're talking about things like rape, when you're talking about like misogyny, when you're talking about racism, these are all hard conversations to have, because you're always, unless it's an echo chamber, you're going to have difference of opinion, but the whole point is respect and having the awkward conversations to get it out there in the first place, not be initially gaslit. What was Mr. Great Debate about?
Because we're brought up as well to see things certain ways, like whether we want to admit that or not. You are brought up, even when you think to school and like what you're taught in school and what you're taught in regards to history, like we're all brought up with certain stereotypes towards certain people, and that's just how it is, and that's what this is about, trying to...
Exactly, Alicia. Can I just say something before can I just...
Wait there, Boo. Can I just ask Jacko a question, because it just follows on from what we were just talking about, in relation to music. So, Jacko, do you know the drill rapper or grime rapper H?
Yeah.
What colour is he?
He's white.
Right, okay. So what happened when H entered the rap scene with the black community? What happened?
I'm not too sure. I think there was some issues. I think there was some issues at some point, I think.
Nah, there wasn't. He got embraced, because we always embrace other cultures when they enter ours.
I do think there was like an issue with that Diggy D rapper, but I mean that's
Diggy D's just a little driller boy on the road. He's not relevant.
That's one person, right there. And let me just finish this. So, do you know who?
Like, he got called a nerd and all this sort of stuff.
Okay, so do you know who Beyonce is?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened when Beyonce entered country music, when she started doing country music?
I don't know. I don't know.
Right, it all kicked off, and I mean massive protests. So I hear what you're saying about Digga D and whoever like would have said whatever, but that ties into exactly what we are talking about, where it can't be supremacy, because anytime we are doing anything and then a YT person enters a space and does the same thing, they tend to do better. So then that means it takes away from the black artist who created it Do you know what I mean? It's taking away from them. It's taking away from us. Like, but at the same time, we still always embrace them. That's why Ember R got his platform. It's not good.
Exactly. Can I just have a pause for a sec? Yeah, going back to what Kenzina said, go to Jamaica, go to Caribbean countries, go to African countries and that, you're going to be heavily like welcomed in and loved. Let's be so fucking rude about it. I'm scared out of my shits to go Poland. Why are you showing me something in Pennsylvania, one of the racist states in America?
They're an extremist sect of Hebrew Israelites.
But they're Israelites, of course. That's it. Black supremacy. That even Israelites, that still doesn't stand up within society. Israelites aren't even looked upon sometimes within society as people that get taken seriously a lot, regardless of what.
No, but it's a black supremacy group.
An Israelite is like still if you like an extremist version of certain things and black supremacy, but it still doesn't stand up within society. And that's Pennsylvania.
Do they hold any power?
Pennsylvania.
Do they hold any power? Do their words?
They're not okay. There's no systematic cases of black supremacy. No.
Okay.
Yeah, but what are they supreme? Exactly. What are they supreme over?
White people.
Just have their ideologies, which can be extreme. But that's their ideologies, like you said about ideologies.
No, but this is what I'm
is their
saying.
power? What is that? What are they? What?
Can I just say something quickly before? But I just want to say something because I dropped off on accident. So simply, when it comes to rap music, the one thing that really frustrates me is that everyone wants to give the claim to black people for rap music, but one of the biggest consumer of rap music are whiteys. You consume it way more than we do. You buy all the. You probably go out above and beyond and get the merchandise. You get everything. You put the most black people
that is true.
The music. We stop at the music, and that is it, bro. That's the fact. So that's one thing that really frustrates me.
That is definitely true.
About rap music.
Okay, so you've given me a US example of black supremacy. Great, wait, I'm going to give you a UK one. Inside Britain's fascist fight club, secret footage showing far-right groups preparing for a race war.
Sorry?
Inside Britain's fascist fight club, secret footage shows far-right group preparing for a race war. They were training, rocking, for a race war on black people and Asian people. They have not been arrested.
Okay.
So they've got these ideologies. They're gonna go out there.
But I'm not saying that white supremacy isn't a thing.
No, the difference in it. Can you not see what I'm trying to say to you? Your black supremacy is an ideology in the sky, practiced by small. But white supremacy has a very much serious implication.
But I'm not trying to downplay white supremacy by mentioning black supremacy. That isn't my goal.
Yeah, but what was the point of bringing it up?
What was the point of bringing it up
to prove that it does exist, because I was told that black supremacy
in Pennsylvania.
In America.
Well, okay, and that's great, but we're talking about the racism in the UK. What is black supremacy from the Israelites? From Israelites got to do with me in the UK now?
Because it's evidence of a black supremacy group.
Okay,
that's practicing within British society.
But it's like a self-confessed black supremacy group that holds no standing over anything. So it doesn't really mean fuck all.
These are people that have the ideology that they are inherently better than people because they are black.
They have no. I don't do this for shits and giggles as a black person. I'm just so pro-black. I can't stand anything else. I do it based in the UK because it's affecting me and affecting my children.
But this
people are unalive, and because of it, I'm being unalive. So what is a Pennsylvanian group got to do?
No, but that's like saying that the KKK
Let me
couldn't
fucking finish. You're not great at debates. Change your fucking name.
No thanks.
Thank you. What is that got to do with Pennsylvania Israelites? Got to do with me and my black son in the UK, in Cambridge?
You could relocate, or they could come over here and start their own groups over here.
So I'm having a discussion with a person of colour, and you feel like you just want to nitpick Pennsylvanian.
He wants you to relocate, Paige.
You want me to relocate?
No, I don't. But what I'm trying to say is that the black supremacy is real, and I brought it up because people said that it wasn't real.
When I'm talking about extremists, white privilege, why are you mentioning black supremacy? What was your end goal, please? What was your end?
My end goal was to prove that there is indeed black supremacy as well as white supremacy.
I know about Israelites. Thank you so much. I know about Israelites. I understand they exist. What is your point in terminology in using that in this argument, in this debate?
Prove that both exist.
No one said that it doesn't exist as a whole. Or
they did. Somebody did.
No, we said in the UK, darling, and you are still not proving my point.
So are you saying that there is not a single person in the UK that believes
Didn't say
they're
single
better
person. A
simply
single
because
person
they
is
are
not going to
black?
hurt a generation, is it? Though great debate. A single person is not.
No, but it's an
something to worry
ideology.
about.
Just because it's not adopted and it's not popular doesn't mean it
No,
isn't
it
an
does mean
ideology.
that, you dumb. And now I'm going to get angry because
Oh,
it does.
that's
Because
very
when
simple.
it's not adopted, now I'm going to mute you. Shut the fuck up. When it's not been adopted by a mass people, how is it a moral panic? How is it a worry? You think I'm scared of one person running around going, oh my God, supremacy, one person? No, go and do cartwheels in your back garden. When it's a group of people, a mass group of people, an ideology that's been spread and spun across society, all around the UK, that's a bit more problematic, is it not? If I don't know if I get on a bus, if they're going to be fucking looking at me in a certain way. If I go to my doctors, if I go around the corner, if I go to my shop, and they could be there, and there, and there, and there. But you want me to worry about the one man that's saying he's a black supremacist.
I do think that's like, obviously I don't know what you go through on a daily basis, but I would think that's.
No one ever answers my final point, and this is why I will hit my head against my cooker.
Don't do that.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, it's very simple, man. Listen, the Israelites are very clear. You know, listen, they dress a certain way. They make themselves very visible.
They're not nuts.
They're not. No. You know what? No, I'll be honest with you. If they want to claim that they're the chosen ones instead of Jewish people, that's not over J people. That's between them and them. You know what I mean? That's
100%.
But the problem here is white supremacy is dangerous because you don't wear uniform. You hide your tattoos. Some of you don't have tattoos. Some of you wear business suits. You are also part of parliament. Some of you used to be a part of it. Some of you are not a part of it. Some of you are police officers. Some of you hold, most of these, the ones that are dangerous, hold positions of power.
Yeah.
Now, do you know any Israelite who holds a position of power in this country? If you don't know, we shouldn't even be wasting your time even trying to figure out that there is, just to make yourself feel better. Where you should be focusing on is that,
Do you know who Zahid Mubarak is?
Like, what the hell, bro?
Great debates.
Yeah.
Do you know who Zahid Mubarak is?
No.
Okay, he was an 18-year-old from Feltham in prison, okay? And he was unalived by white supremacists. And not only, this is why white supremacy is dangerous and ignored and slithered and ingrained within our society. Because this young boy, he was about to be released the day before his unaliving, yeah? He was battered and beaten in a cell by a white man who consistently said he heard voices saying, we need to get rid of all the Asian and brown people. This young boy went to the prison system, went to his security guards and consistently said, this is what this man's saying, he's got white supremacy thoughts and ideologies. They ignored him. They ignored him completely. And then he got unalived in his cell by white supremacy. That's what white supremacy does. Not just hip-hop music and not letting white boys rap.
I didn't say anything about hip hop. I think that was Jacko trying to.
I'm giving you, I didn't say you need. Zahid Mubarak, his name is.
Okay.
Or Mubarak. Is it Mubarak or Mubarak? I don't know the exact pronunciation. Can someone tell me something?
How is it spelled? Mubarek?
I think so. I need to get let me get my book.
I just wanted to read about it. I've never heard that.
Sebastian, you from Brum?
Yeah, man.
No, I just said
We've got
one thing.
Documentary about it. Please don't watch the documentary.
I can't hear you. Sorry, say that again.
It's 0121. Big up Brum in the house and follow me back right now.
Yeah, no worries, bro. I will.
Can I just say, in terms of like great debate saying about the what was it called, the Israelites, that was also part of like the Hebrew Israelites, but based on like what's gone on in like history, when you learn about it, like we've got the KKK, the neo-Nazis, the skinheads, the Proud Boys, all of them, they have actually performed terrorist attacks. Like they have actually performed them. I don't see any of that happening in the UK in terms of for black people.
Okay, what about Islamic supremacy?
I'm going to say one thing and I'll keep quiet. I'll say one thing and I'll keep quiet. One thing that I did notice that when I go into these chats, I always hear, you know what, they say it, and they say it with chest. They're like this, if it was us who were enslaved, yeah, you think I will be like this, all peaceful and that. It's your own fault you're in that situation. Because if it was me and my ancestors, all of you would have been locked up by now. And you know what? You better hope to God that we stay peaceful. Because we are very, in the scheme of things, we're very peaceful people, and you antagonize us all the freaking. We're always your punching bags for most.
Facts, thank you. Rest in power, exactly. Look at his face. Look at his face.
You know, he was in prison. He had an addiction, and it was like petty robberies and things. And
Yeah, that's what he was in for.
The night before he was due to be released, he had someone put in his cell who had like NAZI ideologies
Tattooed on his head.
What year was that?
2000, I think.
This was in the year 2000.
So he had.
That is a long time ago. Like,
it doesn't matter if it was a long time ago. It still happens.
A long time.
Do you know what?
Hold on. So slavery is 400 years ago. Get over that. Now you're telling us 25 years ago.
Can I just say something? Because I've been sitting on the side. Paigey, I applaud you because you know what? You're a lovely girl, and I love your debates. I hated 18 months ago when it all started with Pearl and everything. I had to. I completely went away from Pearl. Then I had met Pearl. I had a cup of coffee with Pearl. When that happened, I had to walk away because I used to. I'm 63 years of age. I went to school with a Jamaican boy. His father come over, drove the buses in London, and I become good friends with Herbie. And I remember going through the streets of Cambridge with Herbie and his brother, and there were always being exactly what you've said in your debate. There was always being pulled up and searched and everything else for no reason. And I intervened one day and said, "Why are you doing this all the time?" I was a bit of a big-headed sort of 17-year-old. "Why are you doing this all the time to these people, you know? Why are you doing this to my friends?" And I got called a nigger lover. That's the words they use.
You can't say that.
Sorry.
Mods.
I know he didn't mean anything by it, but I understand he's saying what he was called. But
it doesn't matter. I'm not going to sit there with Corey and then
saying the N word instead of saying the full word.
Yeah, just don't say it, man.
This is just like
before everyone starts going mad at me, right? I said that because I'm trying to understand. Like, I said that was a long time ago.
But you didn't let things have progressed.
I'm trying to understand. Yeah, I'm trying to understand how things progress. Like, is that still happening now? That's why I'm said like that was.
Jacko. 25 years ago, I think every single person on this stage, or 20 years ago, we were alive. Do you know what I mean? We're not talking about things that happened not in our lifetime, and that means if we were still here, if we were here, yeah, that could have been one of our brothers. You don't know who's in this chat. That could have been somebody's son. And then you've got the cheek to be so insensitive and say, "Oh, but it was a long time ago." It's kind of like a comment where
understand the context.
Let me finish. It comes across as if, yeah, you do not care.
I understand
that's exactly how it came across. Because
but I feel like
Jacko, listen, it's a whole human being's life, and he lost his life, regardless of whether he was in prison or not. He lost his life because of the colour of his skin, and nobody was looking into this other guy's background to see that he had these ideologies and that he was thinking what he was thinking, and he was put into a cell with a Pakistani young boy who he unalived with a table leg the night before he was due to be released to his family.
No, I
and he
completely understand that.
Disregarding the boy's life like it's nothing, saying, "Oh, it was a long time ago." Because if you're going to say that about people like Stephen Lawrence, you're going to get yourself into a whole heap of shit.
No, because I understand what you're saying, but I feel like you're taking it out of context. I said it to figure out, like is that still happening to this day? Like, things like that.
It is still happening to this day. Shall we run through the cases of the recent cases of people who have died during police custody due to police brutality? Or do you want to hear about the people who have just been unalived in general, like the lady that was unalived in her house by a racist with her 3 children when he set the fire? Because all of these things are in the news, so I'm not understanding why you're asking.
And the ones that you think are nationalists for a reason.
I don't know.
White nationalists are posting pictures in the London area. I'm done.
Happening like 2000.
These are all people meeting up with the same ideologies that man did. that he done to Zahid, right? These are all people, obviously their faces have been covered, how polite of them. These are all people meeting up to want to unalive people of colour. This was...
So I've just done a quick Google, and this was a 2012 article. Since Stephen Lawrence unaliving, it had been put down that there was 96 racist unalivings. There's probably more than that are maybe not listed as racist or whatever, but from 93 to 2012, the ones that are actually listed as racist killings, there's 96 of them. I'm just looking for more up-to-date statistics.
Why is it not spoken about for the other way around?
More in it because we know that.
Yeah,
Wait
there
there,
some that weren't down
know
as
that-
racist.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
The numbers probably a lot higher.
Why
People
isn't
saying
it
I'm
spoken
sorry.
about the other way around though? Because there's
Can I just say one thing, because you just said the other way around? So I just wanted to have. I was trying to educate myself as well, and just search what's an active like group, like supremacist group in the UK. Currently active, there is actually 5 active white groups that incite violence on people of color, and at the moment there is actually only one group, which is the FF Force, which is a African group, and the only thing that they've ever done is leaders have made anti-Semitic groups and marched against the parliament, and they've never incited violence.
And then
No,
there's
the one I meant was
a white
the,
supremacist group masquerading as a fitness club in February 2025. Is this close enough for you guys?
No, but what you were talking about was black men being killed.
I'm just looking
racially motivated.
There is one group which is literally it's called the Active Club Network, and it's actually known by them called the Fight Club, which they celebrate the NAZI symbols, recruitment.
I'm going to show you a video of it.
To incite violence, BOMB threats, all of that sort of stuff, and that's as of last year, 2024. They started.
This is February 2025. Okay, listen to this. This is February 2025. A white supremacist group masquerading as a fitness club has been secretly working to build a far-right militia, holding training sessions in plain sight. An undercover investigation by ITV News has revealed how an active club in England is following the blueprint established by neo-Schmazi networks in the US and Europe, using extreme fitness and fraternity as a front to recruit and radicalise members of this so-called race war. ITV News has uncovered how a recruitment drive in the wake of the past 2024 summer riots has risen and attracted dozens of new members. The issue of scaremongering, see? By capitalising on social unrest, the group has expanded to more than 100 members, with one branch drawing enough new followers to begin fortnightly training sessions in a park in Vauxhall, South London, just steps from the M16 headquarters. Among its latest recruits is a convicted violent criminal, previously jailed for a knife attack. Oh, and he's not brown. The 28-year-old who calls himself Glenn, but who has ITV News identified as Jay Barlow, joined in December, weeks after he was sentenced to separate offences. He's currently under probation conditions and must regularly attend a thinking skills programme as part of his ability. So a racist far-right man who's done knife attacks, because I know where all the black boys that are doing knife attacks are, in jail, sweetheart. He's out and he's got to do a thinking skills programme. No systematic racism here whatsoever. And when confronted by ITV News, he denied any knowledge of the group. After 6 months, yes, Kenzie and his mum, jailed or unalived, exactly, Dame. After 6 months of filming, ITV News can reveal that an active England club has become one of Britain's largest white supremacy groups that is active and open. Hey, Devon Delian, with at least 8 branches. 8 branches across the UK. There's one club. 8 branches. 12 meetings secretly filmed by ITV News between October 2024 and February 2025 shows a change in language from offensive jokes about Schmadolf Schmittler to discussions about the use of weapons, open declarations about taking back the power whenever the opportunity arises. Oh yes, Kenzie knows, mum. 12. The network is making plans to rent a permanent indoor space in London to practice knife defence without getting arrested. I'm scared for Kay because I'm not going to get bananas for these races. 2 of its members have discussed pooling resources to buy 10 acres of land for the group. 10 acres of land. Despite the group's claims it's peaceful and legal, the ITV News investigation has sparked concerns about safety. ITV has, the police don't Jack Diddley squat. Neil Bazoo, former head of the UK counter-terrorism policing, says it's clear that these people are going to commit. They are going to commit acts of violence, and they're outside. But yet, my black boys are getting locked up and arrested and stopped on the streets for being black, for walking down the street whilst black, shopping whilst black, driving whilst black. They're getting stopped and initially stopped and over-searched, over-represented in terms of that stuff. But this group who have been given evidence of white supremacy and threat of violence and physical training like militias, they have not been touched. They know they're going to cause violence and intent, but they're going to wait till they do it. Most meetings follow a pattern. First, an hour of high-intensity training where members are expected to meet strict fitness targets in preparation, it's claimed, for future violence. Within the first 6 months, new recruits are required to achieve a 60 kg flat bench press and 110k deadlift or face expulsion. Guidelines circulate that Telegram makes clear fitness and robustness of mind, body and spirit are not just expectations but core pillars of our worldwide view. So they want to be strong and fit, I wonder why. But often it's after these sessions in cafes and restaurants where ideological discussions play out. ITV News has documented a clear progression towards extreme and openly violent rhetoric in these conversations over the past 6 months. In October, members in the London chapter laughed about black on black crime. Members were recorded saying, I much more enjoy it when they unalive each other because one gets unalived and the other one gets life. It's like two birds with one stone. They later went on to claim that black people have hive minds and that white people are more intellectual. By November, they had become comfortable using extreme racist slurs. This is only over a 6-month period, discussing their violent ambition and the use of weapons. These are the kind of people that would see my young 14-year-old boy down the road, by the way, and try and absolutely batter him. Batter my 14-year-old. Yeah. Because they won't do it to big black men. It's when the black man's on his own, or the young black boys that have got to run and scatter from them.
But is it buck breaking to start them young? If I get them young, they ain't gonna
100%. But I'm saying, why am I worried? Why am I worried? Because my young black son, we were walking down the road in London and come across one of these people, and that's what happened with Stephen Lawrence. It's my young son or one of our young sons, one of our daughters that will get potentially chased down and fucking unalived just because they don't like. They don't do it to big black Kevs.
You leave big black Kev alone.
No, but they don't. On one of these races on the road is not going to walk up to my hench fucking 30-something stone, like muscly bodybuilding dad and call him an N-word. They're going to call it to my 13, 14-year-old scared, impressionable black son. He's a kid. The thought of him, this is why I wanted to tear, and I get so angry with this conversation and I will rip off heads for this, because the thought of my son having to run for his fucking life, it makes me want to cry now, being scared whilst being screamed the N-word by grown men or teenagers that want to come into their life and for no reason they're being black. I will fucking take off. I will take out bloodlines. I will take out bloodlines for that. I don't think anyone understands. I will rip apart your whole bloodline and dig up your relatives. No one's getting what I'm trying to say to you here. And the most thing you've got to say about me is I'm fucking aggressive on the internet. That's what I'm facing with black supremacy. What the hell are you guys facing?
Black supremacy. I just read, Paige, that in London alone, you're 35% more likely to be unalived as a black male than any other.
Yeah.
I'm just reading.
I want to monitor the individual very closely, is what the police said. I want to monitor the individual very closely. You only need one of these people to be very dangerous. He sounds like one to me. He's still out there, by the way. In another group discussion secretly recorded in December, a member declared, we're here to defend ourselves when the shit finally hits the fan. After the shit is over, there's going to be a power vacuum and someone needs to step up. We're here to take power whenever the opportunity arises. And by January, some members were openly discussing their personal history of violence. I was done for bottling someone, disclosed one. Another bragged, I bit an Albanian guy in the face once. Active Club doesn't look like the most far-right groups. It operates with a decentralised structure designed to foster both secrecy and resilience. Although individual chapters worldwide take different stances on issues such as the war in Gaza or the election of President Trump, all remain committed to the network's core ideology of revolutionary white supremacy. Hope you're listening, Great Debates. The network, which hails Schmadolf Schmittler as a hero, was first promoted in 2021 by the American far rights activist Robert Rundo, who fled to the US after being accused of rioting and conspiracy to violence. He was arrested in Romania in 2023. New recruits to Active Club England must pass a rigorous vetting process before they're allowed to attend a training session. Only then, after proving their commitment, wonder what they've got to do to prove that, are they granted access to private group on the encrypted messaging app Telegram. Don't make me start going undercover as a YT male, because girl, I will start doing up white chicks to get up inside this bitch. Don't piss me off. ITV News said and was questioned by a man calling himself Lance, the group's national leader. What are your religious beliefs? What's your ethnic background exactly? What do you think is wrong with this country? How would you describe your fitness? Our undercover journalist was asked, given the importance, that's what they were asking you to get in the first place. Given the importance given to operational security, many members remain anonymous, even to one another. In active Club England, trust appears to be shallow and carefully grounded. In November, as members completed a boxing session at a rented village hall in Buckinghamshire, they paused to complete an important, this is where I think it gets really fucking creepy, and it's giving K times 3, it's giving that kind of cult stuff. They paused to complete an important ritual. Hi, Biggs. They paused to complete an important ritual. Attendees had travelled from across the country. Scott talking mad on you. Who the hell is Scott? Who's Scott?
Be Scotty.
You think Scotty made up?
I just ignore it.
What's his problem now? What's his problem now? He fancied me yesterday. Attendees travelled across the country. For some, it would be a long journey home, but it was well worth delaying their trips to take a group photograph. I'm so confused. A ritual, yeah. As they assembled for the image, one by one, several began raising their arms unprompted in what they believed to be as a Roman salute. You know what salute?
See, the semantics, you just keep changing everything just to...
No Romans, he warned. His instructions after immediately followed. This was one of the 3 occasions when ITV witnessed members performing schmartzy salutes, a gesture deliberately excluded from the group's social media presence. Shock. The image from Buckinghamshire is posted online after the meeting showed 11 men, I think at least this is where they're predominantly based, their faces pixelated, standing in front of a St George's.
In Buckinghamshire.
Yeah, there's a 6 of, so this is one group, but there's 6 of them around England. But I think their base is in Buckinghamshire.
I want to know whereabouts because I'll pull up right now.
I'll have a look because it is in it. They've got active things. Members are instructed to stay within the bounds of the law, knowing that their unwanted scrutiny could threaten the group's survival. So basically, she's not going to pull up. It's very dangerous. Basically, they are being so smart by not breaking the law yet because they're basically about to commit a mass offence. Basically, so that's crazy and. That's what white supremacy does. Is that what the Israelites are doing in the UK? Great debate.
I was just reading about Anthony Walker. I've never seen this before in my life. It's really bad.
It's really...
Listen, Anthony Walker's sister. I am friends with that family, and this is what I keep trying to explain on this app, right? When these are talking about certain things, we actually know the people very well. If it's not our own family members, there's someone very closely connected to us, and this is why I always get so triggered and so emotional. You get me? Like,
I completely get it. And, I read a lot. When... Obviously, George Floyd and Black Lives Matter. I read a lot about police unalivings and things in America, but it's only more recently that I've been reading about sort of racist attacks and things in England. But I had just forgotten reading this about Anthony Walker. That's so bad. He was doing his A-levels, minding his business.
Yeah.
They attacked him with an ice pick. An ice pick. The guy done 17 years, and at the unaliving scene, they had written all racial things on a wall, and he got 17 years, and no one cares.
And do you know who the brother is of the person that unalived
Joey
him?
Barton.
Right.
Yes, Joey, yes.
And he's still on black, bruv. Still got something to say about black people. I can't take him, bruv. Like, I genuinely, he's a scumbag. He hits women. Like, suck it, punch it. Like, ain't no messing around. He's a dangerous leader. Yeah, he's a dangerous leader. And I know there's some low level energy person there who's still trying to make an excuse to be like, oh wow, I agree with him with football. Oh, okay then.
You could see
absolved him from all the other crap that he does. Like, are you stupid?
Paige, do you know what I would really enjoy? And this is just for me. I don't know if anyone would agree with me, and I'm not telling you what to do. I hope you can hear me. When you started doing Crime Lives, and then because you're ADHD and whatever, you stopped doing it. I think, if you covered things like this to let people know, because see, when you start, often when I'm in debates and you speak about young black men being unalive, people will straight away.
Can I restart? I'm really scared.
Why?
I've got HB.
Oh, okay.
I restart.
Okay.
He only called you thirsty, but he said that he'd kiss you.
Give me a drink, then, boy. Let me restart.